And we welcome you live to the Brevard Sports Network, live from MCC for tonight's Friday Night Lights game of the week between the MCC Hustlers and the Viera Hawks in Week 6 action already here in Brevard County. I'm Jackson Robb. Alongside me tonight, as always, is my color commentator, Logan Pettit. And Logan, this one tonight should be a very good contest and a rematch of a game from a year ago that wasn't so close as Viera took that one in a big way. But this year, MCC looking very strong. Viera looking better week after week. They come in at 3-2 with losses at the hands of Rockledge and Titusville, with a big win over Toho a week ago, 48-8. Whereas MCC comes in at 3-1 with one loss at the hands of the First Academy, with their most recent game, a big win over Foundation Academy. Should be a good one here between two good teams.
Yeah, excited to get a chance to see what Viera's made of. You know, we've done this will be our third MCC game this season, so we have a pretty good idea of what we're in for on that side of the ball. But we've heard quite a bit, specifically Alan talking about this Viera team kind of retooled offensively, running more of the option veer spread type look. So that could cause fits to a defense. It's definitely a difficult prep. You got to pay a little extra attention to it. So excited for this one. I like you said, man. I think we're in store for a good ball game tonight.
We got Coach Tony Gullis, Viera Hawks, and Coach Willie Tillman's MCC Hustlers here. And you look at MCC, and right out of the gates, there was immediate concern about Brogan McNabb and his passing ability. And I'll tell you what, we have seen a blossoming of McNabb here in the MCC green and gold in the last few games. Now up to 6th in Brevard County with 518 yards. And I don't know if anyone's keeping up with the NFL, watching what Jaden Daniels is doing throwing the football, but McNabb leads the county in completion percentage as well, up to 74% through the first 4 games. Averages about 12 yards per pass, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 121 QBR. So McNabb is starting to find his own, and that coincides with the return of Ramel Hernandez, their leading receiver from a year ago to this offense. He's up to 197 receiving yards already in, I think, only 3 games. Also on offense, you got to look out for Howard Dewitt, who is kind of, according to the stats, taken over the backfield in the most recent games, along with Noah Flores and Caden Kelly back there. And again, Hernandez split out wide with Granny Bonenberger as well. So just so much talent offensively for MCC, but we also have talked about that defensive front as well. And it's just a good, well-rounded football team this year down in here in Melbourne.
Yeah, we speak about the athletes that they have offensively, but I think the unsung heroes of this ball club would be that defensive line. I mean, every game that we've watched of them, they've just wreaked havoc on whoever the heck they were playing. Looking out there, seeing Viera warm up, they got some big dudes on that offensive line. It looks like so something to keep an eye on between that stout defensive line for Melbourne Central Catholic and what looks to be a pretty good sized offensive line for Viera.
The big clash in this game is going to be that high-powered, quick-energy MCC offense versus that hard-hitting defense that Viera possesses. This may be the toughest defense MCC has seen all year, maybe outside of the First Academy, but even then, Viera powered by that defense. But the biggest thing was, could that offense come alive? And a week ago, we saw that. They hung 48 points in a big running clock win over Toho. And we talked to Coach Gola after the game on the post-game show at Route 7. And, he said that's a win they needed to have. It was a great offensive performance. And, just kept talking about how big of a win that was for that program and just to come out and not only win but just dominate that game from start to finish. And, so Viera comes in 3-2, 128th ranked in the state of Florida, 25th overall in 6A. MCC comes in 148th in the state of Florida, 10th in 1A. And we also released our first Super 7 this week, and got some feedback there, but MCC comes in ranked number 6 in the first poll. I don't have the official records in front of me, but I got to say that's probably their highest ranking since before 2021 at least. And Viera, I think, was the first team out, others receiving votes, so to speak, and they could definitely catapult themselves into next week's Super 7 with a win here tonight.
Well, these are certainly 2 teams that are deserving of being in the Super 7 regardless if Viera's in it or not. I lobbied for MCC to be a little bit higher in my potential poll. I've seen them. Again, this will be the 3rd time we've watched this team, and I like what they do both offensively and specifically defensively. Unfortunately, I just haven't seen enough of Viera to really make an accurate description. But I'm looking forward to the opportunity to see that tonight. Now, I will say this, Jackson. I've been paying attention as I do. It does look like that MCC is going to be without linebacker Kamari Williams. Saw him in street clothes on the sidelines while they were warming up. So something to note. That's kind of the quarterback of their defense, so to speak. And, we'll see how much of an impact that'll make.
Yeah, he's had a huge impact on that defense. Caleb Jones also in street clothes, one of their defensive backs. So some inactives there for MCC. Don't notice any big ones for for Viera. I can't see numbers on any jerseys, so to speak. And as the teams get set to take the field, speaking of that Super 7, the first BSN Super 7 came out, and that runs down as Cocoa number 1 to some dismay. O'Galley number 2. We have Titusville at number 3. Number 4, we have Heritage. Number 5 was Merritt Island. Number 6 was MCC. Number 7 was Rockledge. And others receiving votes was Viera and Melbourne. And I'll give a personal honorable mention to Merritt Island Christian as well.
I do think it's important to note, Jackson, that our Super 7 isn't necessarily a ranking, but more so like a power ranking.
Yep.
And the theory that goes behind it is you rank it kind of almost in order of who you think would win if there were to be a hypothetical head-to-head matchup. So there is a lot of, ambiguity to it, and it's very subjective on our end. But, we try and do our best, and, that's the way it turned out. But it's the first one. We got a long season ahead of us, and things certainly can and will change.
Now, a lot of those teams will play each other throughout the rest of the year.
So you get an answer, right?
Yeah.
You'll get an answer for what we're looking for in those polls.
And I don't doubt we'll talk more about that at the BSN postgame show coming up an hour after our action tonight on the Brevard Sports Network, in which we have this matchup between MCC and Viera. We have our first 8-man game on BSN tonight. Merritt Island Christian, the second best team in all of Florida, 8-man, facing off against 4 corners. 4 corners. We have Alan Zauderzinski hosting Cocoa Beach and Space Coast, and as well we have Heritage and South Fork. Cocoa on a bye week, and then we have the rest of our contracted teams, as well as some other ones getting their first look of the season. Space Coast, Cocoa Beach, and Merritt Island Christian all getting their first action on BSN this season. The other big game of the week to keep note of is going to be O'Galley and Titusville, the second and third ranked team in that Super 7 I just referenced, and that's going to answer a lot of questions, and in my opinion could be a district championship. Even though it's only week 6, those are 2 very good football teams. I don't doubt we'll be playing into the playoffs, but Merritt Island will probably give some fight as well, but I think as of right now, those are the top 2 teams in that district as well.
Oh, I'd agree with that wholeheartedly.
And as well as that, Satellite and Palm Bay, 2 of the last winless teams in Brevard, looking to pick up their first wins of the season and kind of kickstart a second-half charge. And that's another district matchup in that very same district that Merritt Island, Titusville, and O'Galley play in. Speaking of Merritt Island, they will be playing Monday night now, as their game versus Ed White was postponed from tonight to Monday with concerns of Hurricane Helene. And in saying that, if there's anyone watching over on the west coast of Florida and Georgia, we hope everyone is safe, and thoughts are out there to everyone impacted by the hurricane that went up through the west coast and into Georgia last night.
I've been to the Big Bend, man, and going to school in that area. I went to Florida State. I mean, the Big Bend of Florida does have a special place in my heart, so if you are in that affected area, our hearts do go out to you guys.
As well, postponement was Rockledge and Deltona, I believe, will be played Tuesday night. That game was slated for a Thursday night kickoff. Obviously, no sporting events happened yesterday, and Merritt Island's game postponed out of precaution, considering the fact that Ed White has to come down from Jacksonville, as MCC won the toss and elected to defer. We'll have the national anthem and be back just after that. As we welcome you back here, and this game a year ago, I don't think it'll look like that tonight, but Viera ended up hanging over 50 points on MCC, where the Hustlers only had 7 when the clock struck 0. And I think last year that was kind of a reality check for this MCC program. They really turned it up after that point. And but I think this year, I think MCC is a stronger, more well-rounded program. But in that same breath, I think Viera is as well. This is going to be 2 very good football teams and 2 teams trying to prove themselves. 3-2 Viera, 3-1 MCC. I think both of these will be playoff teams. But this is a game where you can kind of get a litmus test versus another very good in-county opponent, especially looking at what we saw a year ago, kind of get a gauge for where you are now a year later.
I think this is our first game this season, Jackson, of 2 teams in county, if I'm not mistaken. In-county versus in-county.
Yeah, for me and you it is.
Yeah, it is. So
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you got to love those games as well that aren't even district games, because I compare it to like a Power 4 v. Power 4 matchup in college football that are from different conferences. You get an SEC and a Big Ten team face off, it's a good time, regardless of who they are. And here, these teams aren't district opponents, but they're both from the Countdown County here in Brevard, and got a lot on the line outside of district record, as it's a 1A MCC team versus a 6A Viera program. Again, MCC won the toss, elected to defer, so it will be Will Stewart getting us started tonight, kicking off for MCC. As the cowbells ring out here from the Hive, we're underway in week 6 of high school football. Kickoff returnable for Viera, trying to get to the outside and nowhere to run. Still on his feet across the 25-yard line. And finally brought down after a solid return was Jonah Woodruff on the return. And it will be at 1st down and 10 Viera to start their opening drive to run down the offensive starters for the Hawks tonight. Starting on that offensive line, left tackle is Kobe Wallace. Left guard, Dawson Forsythe. Center is Finn Goldfinger. Right guard is Sam Cardona. Right tackle is Maxwell Kukalija. Their wide receivers are Cooper Keith and Nam Diasora. Slot receiver Robert Ale or Jonah Woodruff. Tight end Jack Hancock. Fullback, running back Ryan Bubar. As we're going to get a pitch to the outside, running down the sideline, and a solid 1st down run there for Viera. And quarterback is Eric Nelson. And a solid run on 1st down is actually going to get Viera a yard short. Robert Ailey got the carry on the toss. It's going to be a gain of 9. It will be 2nd down and 1, Viera at their own 36.
Yeah, that's a triple option we were talking about. You know, you got the dive to the fullback, he pulls that, and you've got a speed option after that. And it can cause conflict. You really put the defense in a bind with that.
Running right up the gut, diving for the 1st down, and Viera is going to pick it up. There's a run there by Ryan Bubar, their leading rusher this season, and already Viera will pick up the 1st down. That is going to be an all-systems-mo 1st down, as you see their information there up on the top of your screen, as the Hawks move the football, and it will be 1st down and 10, Viera at their own 38. Running the ball early, and I mean, that was the MO of this team early. We started to see them open up the passing game a little bit more through that option-type offense, but so far all runs, and it's gotten them a 1st down in 2 plays. 1st and 10, Hawks at their own 38. This one will be a keeper to the outside by Eric Nelson, and carrying himself down the sideline will be a gain of, it looks like, 9 again, as it's going to be 2nd and 1 again for Viera at their own 47 so far. Offense moving like a well-oiled machine right down the field.
Yeah, and we talked about the defensive line, before the game for MCC, and this is the way you put a good defensive line in a bind, is you read them. You make them make a decision, and with an option offense, they make a decision. Well, you've got to counter to that decision, and that's what we've seen so far offensively for Viera.
Man in motion jet sweep for Viera, 1st down and more, trying to get to the outside across the 50-yard line. And a solid run there by Jonah Woodruff. Gets him across midfield into MCC territory for another all-systems-mo 1st down. Moving right down the field nicely for Viera. And as well, you talk about the defensive line. Viera not really going right at it. They're playing to the edges. Their offensive line setting the edges and moving the ball nicely. Been 4 plays and 2 1st downs.
Yeah, and MCC runs a 4-2-5 defense, which is established to take away the option. But typically you'd see 2 safeties down with a single high safety. And they're playing 2 high safety here. Which may be an adjustment we see later, bringing another one of those safeties down.
Option handoff up the middle to Bubar. He will pick up about 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for Viera at about the MCC 30 or 42-yard line. And you look at Ryan Bubar this year for Viera, and he is currently the 7th leading rusher in the county, coming to this game with 350 yards and a touchdown on 61 carries.
And I feel like we've been calling Bubar's name for about 8 years now for Viera.
Definitely established himself in that backfield. It'll be a direct handoff here, but MCC all over it. They start to attack the defensive line. MCC makes them pay it as that drop for a loss on the run was Robert Ale. Arroyo leads the charge for MCC on the tackle along with Vance Sanger. It is going to be 3rd down and 9 for Viera. And the first time they've seen a 3rd down on the sticks, and it'll be at the MCC 45. 3rd down and 9 for the Hawks. It will be a handoff again. Bubar up the middle right at that defensive line. I don't think that's a recipe to get 9 yards. He'll pick up 2 or 3. It'll bring up 4th down and about 7 for Viera at the MCC 42. I think with this down and distance in this territory, I would not expect any less than to go for it if you're Viera.
Yeah, it certainly appears they're going to go for it, and I think that's why you run that play on 3rd down, pick up a few yards to make it a more manageable 4th down.
Here it is, 4th down and 7. Viera on their opening drive from the MCC 42. Hustlers defense looking for a big stop. Offensive line shifts far side. First pass, Nelson dropping back, throws the screen to the far side, trying to make some men miss, getting to the outside, and Viera is going to get the 1st down. And that's going to be a 1st down for Viera, and doing it all himself there was the receiver. Robert Ailey picks up the 1st down for Viera. That was one that screen was there if they needed it, and Nelson waits, looks, surveys the field, dishes it off, and then Ailey does the rest, actually going for 10 yards as he caught it 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage, broke a tackle, and shot down the sideline for a 1st down.
Yeah, he was looking for the slant, but he had 2 dropping defenders took away that slant, and that little bubble was the outlet there, and with those defenders dropping, it gave the receiver plenty of room to pick up the 1st.
Hand off to Bubar right up the middle, dragging defenders across the 30-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and short for Viera. And their offense continues to just march right down the field. 2nd down and 4. So far, they really haven't had to deviate from their game plan, their MO, that option offense. They've seen 1 4th down, made the adjustments necessary to throw the football, but besides that, just pounding the rock. Yeah,
outside of that one play for a loss, which was a well-timed blitz and kind of an exotic blitz for MCC that brought a safety and a backside linebacker, but outside of that, they've been staying ahead of the sticks.
2nd and 4, Nelson play fakes, throws a swing pass, caught by Jonah Woodruff. Woodruff still on his feet inside the 20. And that is going to be another Viera 1st down, and that'll put him inside the Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta Red Zone, our lead sponsor for tonight. And Viera continues to march down the field. Woodruff loses his helmet. He'll come off the field for Ailey, and it will be 1st down. Viera to the MCC 17-yard line for 1st and 10. Opening drive, marching right down the field.
And the nice part about running the ball effectively is it opens up the play-action game, and you saw it on that last play.
1st down and 10. They're going to toss underneath the reverse, trying to get to the outside. Viera cutting through a hole. Nice play design there in the run by Cooper Keith from the receiver position as Nelson kept to the right. Shovel passes it to Keith and reverses field for a solid gain of about 5 to bring up 2nd and 5 for Viera at the MCC 12.
Yeah, a little razzle-dazzle there to keep the defense honest and, again, staying ahead of the sticks offensively.
2nd down and 5 for Viera at the MCC 12. 7 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Viera still on their opening drive, marching right down the field so far. Split backs with Nelson in the shotgun. We got pre-snap whistles and looks like a MCC timeout. Their first of the half with 6:58 to go in the opening quarter ahead of a Viera 2nd and 5 inside that red zone. And that is the Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta red zone, and we'll tell you more about them as Viera is in position to score.
Well, Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta has long-standing respect for the history, quality, and authenticity of pizza making and the importance of ingredients, recipes, and never ever cutting corners. As a pizza lover, you will find that the perfect pie you've been searching for, whether it's hand-tossed New York-style pizza or a Sicilian pan pizza. You won't feel like you settled for second best visiting Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta in Viera. For the tastiest and highest quality pizza around, visit Brooklyn pizza and pasta today. They also offer carry-out and pizza delivery options for your convenience. Contact their New York pizza shop to place an order for pizza delivery in Viera or the surrounding areas. Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta is located at 5410 Morel Road in Viera. And if you want to see the menu and everything that Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta offers, you can visit them at brooklynpizza-pasta.com.
Muff snap. Nelson picks it up, and he's drilled for a loss of 3 or 4 yards. And luckily he recovered it, tried to make something out of it, but all over him in the backfield immediately was Noah Ostrander. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Whoever was saying number 9, Christopher McDonald, I think you have the wrong stream. Christopher McDonald plays for Space Coast. So I think you're meaning to comment on Allen's stream, not ours, unless he transferred mid-season, which I don't think he did. It is going to be 3rd down and 9 for Viera at the MCC 16. They've seen a 3rd and 9 before. We'll see what the game plan is this time after the loss on 2nd. Trips far side, only one back. Nelson drops back to pass. He'll throw the jailbreak screen, and he's brought down immediately by Noah Flores. We have a late flag coming in as well. That'll go for a loss, but we'll see what the flag tells here.
Didn't quite see what would happen on the flag there. I would imagine it happened on the tackle, but
we'll see. There was one blocker as well.
Oh, yeah, they're pointing towards Viera. So, yeah, they're asking looks like it's going to be an illegal crackback block.
That'll be 15 yards on the Hawks, and I don't know what their field goal situation is like, but that could well knock them out of field goal range.
Well, if they accepted it, would still be 3rd down. I got to imagine that they decline it.
15-yard penalty.
No, they're going
to accept it. That'll make it now 3rd down and 24 for Viera. Back to the MCC 31 it should be. Knock them out of the red zone, and I would say very on the edge of the red zone. And you'd be surprised to know we had a hurricane come through because there is no wind out there tonight. The flag's not moving, so won't have any big wind at his back or right in front of him if they do end up having a field goal try, as it is 3rd and 24 before that. 1st down would be at the MCC 7-yard line. Viera at the 31. 3rd and 24. Nelson drops back to pass. Lets one fly down the sideline. It's caught in bounds. No, it is not. It's incomplete. Thought he had it there, which would have had a 1st down as well. And it is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and 24 for Viera.
Pretty good ball, despite it being out of bounds, to put it really the only place that a Viera player could get it, but a little too far outside. And MCC going to take that and be happy with keeping them out of the end zone. It looked like they were going to march down the field, and MCC bowed up a little bit and kept them out of there. This is going to be a deep field goal now.
It's going to be a 48-yard try for Viera here on their long opening drive, looking to avoid going empty. From 48, kick is up.
Short.
It is short, no good. And thanks to a 15-yard penalty, Viera's opening drive will end with 0 points going on the scoreboard. Dane Boss's kick is short. Really no fault to the kicker. 48-yarder in high school, not one you expect to be automatic by any stretch. And no good there, and a very long opening possession that wasted over 6 minutes for Viera. Ends with no points on the scoreboard. And that's what this defense for MCC does so well. They can bend, but they don't break. And after a drive like that, seeing no points on the board is exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, excellent job by that defense to not allow any points there. Like I said, it looked like Viera was going to march down the field there. A couple self-inflicted wounds with the bobbled snap and then certainly the penalty. But still, in MCC's defense's own right, they stepped up when they needed to step up.
After the missed 48-yard field goal, MCC will take the field offensively. 1st down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 5:41 to go in the opening quarter, still 0-0. Scoreboard update there from the Ellie Chan Remax Solutions scoreboard there at the bottom of your screen this week. 1st down and 10, McNabb will keep on the read option, and he will drag it across the 20-yard line for about a gain of 2 or 3 yards. Tackle there made by Namdi Asora, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for MCC from their own 24. Got to watch McNabb. He's a top 5 rusher in Brevard in yardage, and from the quarterback position, top 10 passer, top 5 rusher, and arguably the biggest dual threat quarterback in Brevard. But
yeah,
Viera knows that.
Something we didn't mention in the pregame was his legs.
As that'll be a run right up the middle to Caden Kelly. Kelly still churning the legs there. Only going to be able to pick up about 2 or 3. Sets up MCC for a manageable 3rd down and 3 from their own 27. This is what that run does. 4 on first, 3 on second. Sets up 3rd and 3 where you can run or pass. Either way, it's manageable for MCC. Just want to avoid a 3 and out. Third down and 3 for MCC from their own 27-yard line. Under 4.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. McNabb with an empty set. Trips near side. Got to keep an eye on the QB draw here. They bring a man in motion. It's Flores. It'll be a fake give. Keep for McNabb. McNabb around the edge. Can't get.
He's
and the
close.
second effort, I think, did get across the 30, and that will bring up an MCC first down. It looked like he got stonewalled at the 30, but McNabb dives across and keeps those feet moving. Keith makes the tackle, but Viera will move the chains. It'll be an all-systems Mo first down. And that run, all systems go for Brogan McNabb to keep the drive alive. And it'll be first down from their own 31, gain of 4. Two teams with similar offenses run to set up the pass, and you see it early. McNabb carrying it twice, Caden Kelly taking it once, and first down MCC up to their own 31. 2 receivers either side. McNabb, RPO, lets one fly over the middle. It is hauled in across the 50 by Ramel Hernandez. That'll put him over 200 yards receiving and put him across midfield. First down MCC already to the Viera 48.
Yeah, nice. Wide open on the seam. I mean, McNabb puts out a little bit more inside to him. We're talking about a different situation. He may be scoring, but still, nice job to get his hands up and make that grab and pick up the first down.
MCC does it again, moving the chains on a gain of 21 yards from McNabb to Hernandez. First down, Hustlers to the Viera 48. 2 receivers either side. McNabb in the shotgun. This one is a handoff to Caden Kelly, churning his feet right up the middle, dragging tacklers across the 45. That'd be a gain of about 4 or 5 yards and bring up second and medium for MCC. Solid run by Caden Kelly on that one on first.
Yeah, and again, we said it when Viera was on offense, staying ahead of the chains. You know, using the run to set up the pass, but using the run effectively to where you're, you know, in a second and manageable, which turns into a third and manageable, which then turns into a first down. Nice formula that we're seeing out of this offense so far, and we'll see what happens.
It's a gain of 6, second and 4. As McNabb on the keeper on the read option. McNabb up the middle, breaking tackles. McNabb has a first down for MCC. Across the 35, just short of the 30. And MCC continuing to move the chains. And it's another MCC first down up to the Viera 32. And this is why that opening drive going empty for Viera is such a big deal, because MCC now marching down the field very similar to Viera. And if you're MCC, you're hoping you can keep it rolling downfield. And it's first and 10 Hustlers to the Viera 32-yard line. Trips far side, 1 receiver near. McNabb in the shotgun, fake to Flores. He'll let one fly down the sideline into the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown MCC. Brogan McNabb to Ramel Hernandez for the 32-yard strike. What a ball, what a catch. Right on top of Woodruff. There's a flag down in the end zone, but regardless, the touchdown will stand.
Yeah, it's going to be a celebration penalty, which you know my thoughts on those, but I mean, what a throw and what a catch. I mean, right over the defender's outstretched hand, right into the arms of Ramel Hernandez, and right into the end zone. And again, you said it. That's why that empty possession on the last drive for Viera is so important, because this MCC offense is going to be able to score. You know, I don't care how good your defense is. This is a high-level offense. So, you know, if you're Viera, you're going to need to score on most of your possessions, or you're going to have to come up, you know, with some big stops later on in this game.
Great ball placement by Brogan McNabb to float it right over Woodruff, and great play by Hernandez to go up and get it. That's going to be on sportsmanlike conduct on MCC, which means if they get one more for whoever that was called on, I assume Hernandez.
Yeah, it was on Hernandez for celebrating after the play, but
can't get another one.
No.
Extra point is up, and it is good. And with 2:08 to go in the opening quarter here from the Hive, it is 7-0. MCC strikes first on a 32-yard touchdown pass from Brogan McNabb to Ramel Hernandez. And again, you can see the connection between those two new teammates growing. Now for them, 5 games into the season. That's what you want to see.
And excuse me, with the other MCC games that we saw, the running the ball was quite effective for this team, but there was kind of missing something passing. At least the couple games that we saw, and it seems like that missing piece has kind of been unlocked with Hernandez coming back, who was banged up earlier in the season, and good to see the connection out of McNabb and Hernandez early on in this game.
Definitely seemed like it was just a matter of time for MCC and Brogan McNabb to get rolling this year, and now you see it right there. Great ball downfield, a nice strike for a 32-yard touchdown to put MCC on the board first in this one, and it will be 7-0 MCC. And if you're Viera, definitely nothing to panic. You had a good first drive, just had some self-inflicted errors that set you back and missed a 48-yard field goal to end a long opening drive that ended up getting into the red zone and pushed back out of it.
Yeah, you did some good things offensively if you're Viera on the last drive, and you're going to start off with better field position than you would have with the backed-up kick due to the penalty. So, you're going to field this probably around the 20, 35-yard line.
Kickoff returnable short for Viera, getting across the 35 and up around the 40 when it's all said and done on the return by Woodruff. First down and 10, Viera at about their own 40 to 41-yard line. And again, that opening drive, march right down the field into the red zone, but a must snap on a second down play, and then a 15-yard penalty on third pushed him back out of field goal range, and Dane Boss gave it a shot from 48, but it came up short on a strong opening drive for no points. And with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, first down and 10, Viera from their own 39 to start drive number 2, now behind by 7.
Got to imagine they stick to the script, too, of running the football. It was effective on that last drive, despite a couple hiccups. So, don't panic yet and stick to what you do. It looks like they're going to take a timeout. Gullah was frustrated on the sidelines.
Now both teams have taken a timeout here in the first quarter, as that is Viera's first time out of the half with 2 minutes to go. As 7-0 the lead for MCC. I'd like to thank our next sponsor, and that would be Ellie Chan from Remax Solutions.
Yeah, if you're buying or selling a home, you want the best to help to make sure that you get every penny that you're entitled to. And that's where Ellie Chan of Remax Solutions comes in. Ellie has been a Remax Solutions top producer for the past not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but the past 5 years. So if you're in the market to buy or sell a home, you need to call or email Ellie, because Ellie Chan sells Brevard like no one else can. Reach Ellie, call 321-626-2016, or you can email her at elliechansalesbrevard@gmail.com.
First down and 10, Viera at their own 39 coming out of the timeout. They get the reverse to the outside. There goes Ailey down the sideline for Viera. Big gain across midfield, nicely drawn up reverse play. And it is Robert Ailey taking it across the 50 for an all-systems Mo first down. And again, Viera picking up where they left off in a way in that opening drive running down the field.
Yeah, and they've had their most success running the ball to the boundary side to their sideline, which is a tendency that we're going to pick up on. We'll see if we're able to, if you're MCC, you're able to stymie that. But that's where most of their rushing success has been coming from.
Right up the gut on second down, and Bubar carries that pile all the way to almost a first down. It's going to be about a 2nd and 1 for Viera at the MCC 34-yard line. No huddle offense right now. Viera picking up the tempo after a long opening drive. Another handoff up the gut, and he's going to be dropped after a first down carry as the Hawks move the chains up to about the 30. Another run by Bubar. And here come the Hawks right down the field again. About a minute 28 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, going quick-ish, keeping the defense kind of on their heels and still establishing that run. I mean, this is much of like we saw in that first drive. They're really taking advantage of this stout run game and, picking up kind of the same formula they had on the last drive. Pick up 8 or 9 on first down and then pick up a nice, easy first down on second down.
First down and 10, Viera at the MCC 30-yard line here, coming up on 1 minute to go in the opening quarter. This one a handoff up the middle to Bubar. MCC not fooled by the misdirection look, and that's going to go for little to no gain on first. That'll bring up second down and long for Viera. It is going to be, looks like a gain of a yard. That'll bring up second down and 9 after a gain of 1 for Viera at the MCC 29.
Yeah, on the plays that MCC's defense has forced the dive give, they've done a pretty good job of kind of stopping that dive before it's gotten going. We'll see if that kind of causes Viera to pull that and run the speed to the outside, but pretty good job so far up the middle for this MCC defense.
Second down and 9. Nelson on the play fake, lets one fly upfield. It is in double coverage, broken up. And going deep there, it looked like for number 12, Namdi Asora. It is going to be third down and 9 for Viera now after the incompletion on second, going deep into double coverage, looking for Asora. It is broken up. And that'll bring up third and 9 for Viera.
And they had the running back wheel that was open kind of pretty early. Decided not to go with it.
And they're going to throw a speed option here, flicking it to the outside, trying to get to the edge, nowhere to go, still on his feet. Ailey trying to keep it moving up to about the 25, but we aren't going to get a first down for Viera. They'll set up a fourth and short if they want to go for it, if they want to try another field goal.
I would imagine they go for this. I mean, 4th and 5 plus side of really the 30-yard line. This is a steady go if it were me, but
we'll have to wait to the second quarter to see what the decision is, as that's already the end of the first quarter here from the Hive. A fast-moving quarter, a lot of running plays. Let that clock run as well, and as we head to the second quarter, it is MCC 7, Viera 0. Both offenses running pretty well, if I do say so myself, but Viera still looking to get some points on the board as MCC struck first with a 32-yard touchdown pass from Brogan McNabb to Ramel Hernandez. So we get the Ellie Chan scoreboard updated for quarter number 2. 7-0 the lead for MCC. Viera is driving, but they do have a fourth down decision to make to start quarter number 2. Again, if anyone ever has any score updates throughout the night from any other Brevard County or Central Florida scores, don't be shy, drop them in the comments, and love to see what's going on around Brevard. We'll deeply break down the final scores and everything on the Brevard Sports Network postgame show with myself, Logan Pettit, Caleb Brown, and Alan Zlotowski. About an hour after the end of the Cocoa Beach and Space Coast game. We'll be back at the Melbourne studio to break down all the games. And, we'll see what goes on. I mean, we're already on to week 6. Playoff picture starting to come into focus. Got a lot to talk about. It'll be 4th down and 6. Viera is going for it from the MCC 26-yard line. A first down would put him inside the red zone. Nelson in the shotgun, 2 receivers near, 1 far. Heavy set up front on 4th and 6. They bring a man in motion as Woodruff. Fake to give. Nelson keeps up the middle. Eric Nelson will go down. Did he dive across to get there?
It's going to be close, I think.
It's going to be close.
I don't know that he got it.
Looks like they're marking him about a yard short. We'll see if they want to measure it. It's close, but judging from way up here where it looks like that ball is spotted, it looks about a yard short. And I don't think Viera got it on the dive by Eric Nelson up the middle. Got about 5.5, but you need 6.
And it's going to be an MCC ball here. I still respect that decision to go for it. That was the right idea, the right move to try and pick that up. And, like you said, you needed 6. You got 5.5, and that's just the way it breaks sometimes. But, 10 times out of 10, I believe you go for that.
Another chance to give big credit to the MCC defense. Now twice Viera has moved inside their 30-yard line, and through 2 drives, 0 on the scoreboard. Sets your offense up to try and go ahead by 2 scores. It is 1st down and 10 MCC from their own 21-yard line. Trips near side for McNabb. 1 receiver split to the far boundary. McNabb drops, throws a quick curl on the hitch to Noah Flores. Flores with a quick burst of speed. Still on his feet. Here goes Noah Flores. Still fighting up to the 50-yard line. That's a gain of 30, which could have been a gain of about 8 But that's just Noah Flores getting the extra yardage. First down, MCC to the 50-yard line.
I say it every time we're here. I mean, he doesn't go down easy. I mean, he might not be the biggest player on the field, like I always say, but he plays much bigger than what he is, and you need more than one tackler to try and bring him down, as you saw there, and showing his athleticism out in the open field and making an 8-yard gain into a 20-yard gain.
Flores had a huge game a year ago playing for Satellite when they played Viera that led a big comeback. See him making plays early here. First down and 10, MCC from the 50. McNabb gives to Kelly up the middle on the option, and he gets slung forward for a gain of 4. And that'll bring up second down and 6 for MCC at the Viera 46. Solid carry on first to 4 yards. If you're MCC, you'll absolutely take it.
Got some score updates. So Galley up 7-0, and Palm Bay up 7-0 over Satellite.
Both those teams looking for their first wins of the season. That's Palm Bay's first touchdown since week 2 against Baker County. Good to see for the Mitchell Browns unit looking for their first win. O'Galley against Titusville, probably, in my opinion, the biggest game of the week. And Commodores coming off a big win versus University. Second and 6, McNabb lofts one up to the near side. Tight coverage.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what a grab. What a play by Grady Bonenberger. First down, MCC. And that's just a great ball by McNabb to put it up in the air and Bonenberger to come down with it right on the defender's head. First down.
Yeah, and Bonenberger listed as 6'2" on their roster, and that's what you do. Back shoulder fade, put it up high, and let your big receiver get up there and get it. And certainly did. A little Odell Beckham to him.
Right on top of the defender's head. A huge play for Bonenberger. First down and 10. MCC knocking on the door of the Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta Red Zone for the first time tonight from the Viera 21-yard line. That goes down as a gain of 29 yards. Chunk plays have been big tonight for MCC. And this one's going to be a quick screen to Noah Flores underneath. Flores goes down here. Flags come in. Back around the line of scrimmage after Flores picks up about 4. But it looks like
block in the back.
Dominic Leone makes the tackle for Viera along with Hunger Bueller. He said the flag there looks to be for a block in the back. We'll await the final call here, and
that's
that
a 10-yard foul, and you know that can derail a drive, even a good drive that's been happening like this one. You know, that 10-yard penalty and makes it that much more difficult. So MCC is going to need a couple more of those chunk plays they've dialed up earlier in this drive to get back on track.
Looks like about a 1st and 19 for MCC at the Viera 30. They will not get inside the red zone here. We saw a penalty like that derail a Viera drive earlier in this one, and we'll see what will happen here for MCC. It is still first down, though. And McNabb will drop back to pass, has his eyes upfield. He'll let one fly to the end zone, has a receiver caught. Touchdown, MCC. No flags, that's Noah Flores. And they're going to flag him for celebrating, and I rarely say anything, but I don't know why at all.
Let the kids play.
That was a great play. Great ball. Good route by Flores. He'll get 15 again after the play on Flores just for being happy. But that's a nice strike downfield, a 30-yard touchdown. Second of the night for McNabb and the first for Noah Flores. And again, Viera so close to scoring. Empty drive. MCC makes them pay. And you know, playing an offense like this, you need to put points on the board. But MCC's defense making it harder on Viera than I think they expected. It's going to be another unsportsmanlike conduct on MCC. That one on Flores, his first of the game. He can't get another one. And it just seems like MCC can't celebrate tonight.
Yeah, flags are going to fly, it would appear, tonight for celebrating in the end zone, which, I mean, I know it's in the rules, but I am adamantly against it.
Extra point is good. And with 9:38 to go in quarter number 2, MCC has jumped ahead 2 for 2 on their first 2 drives of this game. A 31-yard touchdown pass on the first drive and a 30-yard touchdown pass on the second drive from McNabb to Hernandez, and now McNabb to Noah Flores. And he set up this drive with a 30-yard play to start the drive and finishes it with a 30-yard play to get 7 on the board. Again, it'll be a short or a deeper kickoff for MCC, but it'll now be another kickoff, but a 14-point lead for the Hustlers. I got to say tonight, McNabb's been on target.
Yeah, he's dealing so far. I mean, how many three different receivers have touched the ball so far in 2 drives? 2 passing touchdowns and 2 drives. I mean, that's what you want to see out of your junior quarterback, being able to kind of distribute the wealth and find the open receiver and throw a couple strikes to boot.
And that will, again, be a deeper kickoff set up. MCC will be back at their own 25-yard line. And we'll see if Viera can get a good return here. They got a decent return on the last one, but still the biggest thing for them at this point is finishing drives in the end zone. This was an issue we talked about early in the season for Viera in some of their early contests. It seemed like that issue went away last week, and now kind of seems to possibly be back this week, as they've been inside MCC's 30 on both drives. A missed field goal and a turnover on downs have ended their first 2 drives with no score on the board. MCC, on the other hand, has cashed in twice without ever reaching the red zone.
Yeah, now if you're Viera, you need to find – they're going to get this is going to be an even shorter kickoff. They're going to catch them for offsides. But, yeah, if you're Viera offensively, you need to find a way to get in the end zone. You move the ball down the field with relative ease, but it's when you got into the red zone, things got a little hairy, or at least near the red zone. So you need to find a way to get over that hump and push one into the end zone to, stop this thing from snowballing.
If you're Viera here, get set, try and get a big return, because MCC's kicking off from their own 20. For reference, they normally kick off from the 40, so due to 2 penalties, they've backed 20 extra yards. And this one, the deepest returner's at the 27-yard line, Viera's 27-yard line. So kickoff set to be from the 20 for Will Stewart after the offsides on the first try. And the boot by Stewart is good. It'll go deep, and it'll stay in bounds. Woodruff tried to let it bounce. He'll have to run backwards to the 20, trying to get to the outside, nowhere to go. And we're looking for a big return, but not the case as MCC flies in there with Caden Zimpher and Michael Green getting down to Woodruff for a big stop. No gain on the return at all, and it's going to be a first down. Viera back at about their own 24-yard line. What a boot. That's going to end up being a 56-yard net kick there.
Yeah, and letting it bounce like he did gave kind of allowed the return team to get down there and weren't able to capitalize on what would have been a good field position. Now you're going to get it almost to where it would have been a touchback.
First down and 10. Viera at their own 24, looking to finally get some points on the board after 2 solid opening drives run dry. It'll be a handoff up the gut to get started. Ailey getting to the outside. There goes Robert Ailey cutting back inside. First down and more. There goes Ailey across the 50 and out of bounds just shy of the MCC 45. A gain of over 30 yards. First down, Viera. That's a big run by Robert Ailey. And exactly what Viera needs. But, again, their problem hasn't necessarily been moving the ball downfield. It's about finishing the drives.
Yeah, but that's the kind of play you want there. Nice chunk play, keeping the ball on the ground, and good moves by Ailey, too, to kind of find some extra yardage there.
It's a gain of 30, first down and 10. Pre-snap whistles, that'll be MCC's second timeout of the first half with 9:19 to go in the second quarter. And the lead is 14-0 MCC as we have a break in the action. I'd like to thank one of our great sponsors here on the Brevard Sports Network, and that would be All Systems Mow.
Still hot, Jackson. Still very hot outside. Not a great time to be out there mowing the lawn by yourself. So All Systems Go, or to give a call to All Systems Mow. All Systems Mow has been a sponsor of the 2024 FHSAA District 7 lacrosse broadcast on BSN and owned by MCC alum Bobby Norton. All Systems Mow gets the job done. It's hot. You don't want to mow your own lawn. Give them a call. It's 321-501-7019. And, yeah, they do a great job.
First down and 10, Viera at the MCC 46-yard line. It's a full backfield. Nelson hands off, nowhere to go. Flores flying in there, leading the charge, and that'll go down as a loss of 1. On the give there, it looks like to number 19 for Viera, King Taylor Milbury, and he gets dropped for a loss of 2 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 12 for Viera back to the MCC 48. And leading that charge was Noah Flores, coming off a big touchdown catch to make a big TFL.
Yeah, it does it on both sides of the ball. It looks like they might have blitzed him on that play, which it's one way to stop the run game is send your kind of rover on a blitz and see how Viera
This one's
responds.
going to be a keeper for Nelson. Pocket collapsing. Ostrander flushing him out. Nelson's going to run with it. getting to the outside across the original line of scrimmage and scampering out of bounds after a gain of about 4 or 5. Clock continues to move, though, as 8:28 and counting to go in quarter number 2. And that'll bring up third down now for Viera. Haven't been great on third downs tonight. I think they've only converted 1.
Yeah, and they're kind of getting put in situations where it's not third and really the easiest option. Right here you got a 3rd and 9 after, the tackle for loss on first down coming, leading to a long second down. So be interested to see if they can get themselves out of this kind of situation.
3rd down and 9 for Viera at the MCC 45. Under 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. And the shotgun is Nelson. It's a rollout to the left here. Nelson has time, lets one fly. Bounces off 2 different receivers' hands, and it is incomplete. Went through Woodruff's hands and bounced off Kevin Silva. Either way, could have got him some good yardage, but instead it's going to be 4th and 9. And this is going to be their 3rd consecutive empty drive that crosses midfield. This one's going to be the first of which to end in a punt. Not what you want to see if you're Viera. If you're MCC, you're loving it.
No, and it's especially frustrating for Viera because they have moved the ball well. I mean, they've gotten past the 50 on all 3 of their drives, one of which they were in the red zone. The other, they were knocking on the door of the red zone.
This one started with a 30-yard play as well, and then you can only get a net gain of 1 on the next 3 plays. Boss back to punt for the first time tonight on 4th and 9. Boss, pocket collapsing. Ball barely gets away, and MCC will let it bounce. They'll take a backspin, and Viera will down it just at about the MCC 15. But Boss is lucky. He took his time there, and MCC couldn't get a good angle to block it.
We finished off with a solid punt, too. I mean, downing it at the 15-yard line. Nice little backspin on it. Stops on the dime. Looked like my wedge shot, approaching the green, Jackson.
And that's a good design punt there. Goes 30 yards, and we'll see MCC take over with their toughest field position to start this game at their own 16-yard line. So far, 2 drives, 2 30-plus yard touchdown passes for Brogan McNabb. The first to Ramel Hernandez, the second to Noah Flores, and that's something Viera's got to make an adjustment. MCC has made it clear they know that they can gash them deep, and they've done it multiple times here. You've got to see if you're Viera. You got to watch the deep ball, because they have the speed to get behind the safeties.
Yeah, they're getting rid of the ball quickly, too, not allowing Hungerbuehler to really get into his pass rush, which, he's their best pass rusher far and away for Viera. But he makes the play defensively there as a run defender. Stops it before it gets going.
On first, there's a fake on the give to do it. It was a give to Caden Kelly, though, and he will only get a yard. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for MCC at their own 17-yard line. Second down and 9 for MCC. 7 minutes to go in quarter number 2. They lead by 14. Split backs with McNabb in the shotgun for 2nd and 9. McNabb with a play fake. Pocket collapsing. McNabb is going to go down. Big sack for Viera.
And there's Hungerbuehler making his presence known. We haven't called his name much. Gets the big play there on first down, stopping the run, and then good sack for a loss of 4 or 5 yards there.
That's the only way you're going to sack McNabb is to surround him and collapse on top of him. Nowhere for him to scamper out of the pocket. No lanes to get free. Big time sack on 2nd. Brings up 3rd down and about 13 for MCC back at their own 14-yard line. It's good damage control there by McNabb to try and kind of step upfield a little bit to limit the loss. But at the end of the day, it's still a loss. Get some college football updates from you Miami fans. Losing early to Virginia Tech 7-0.
Good.
I second that. 3rd down and 13 for MCC. Play fake. McNabb drops. Lets one fly over the middle of the field. It is caught in stride again for Ramel Hernandez across the 40. It's the first time MCC had a 3rd and beyond the sticks. But it's again that deep shot over the middle to Hernandez. First down, MCC across the 40.
That's a nice job of Hernandez to hold on to that ball because it looked like 7, the defensive back, Cooper Keith, was reaching his arm in there at the catch to try and knock it out. Good, strong hands by Hernandez to keep a hold of that. Looks like we're going to get another timeout, but good pitch and catch there, and they're kind of exploiting him on that post. That's how they scored on the last drive with Flores and picked up a big first down there where they looked dead to rights.
Timeout on the field here. with 5:54 to go in the second quarter. And again, got to give my props to Brogan McNabb. He's stepping up, making high-level throws and downfield right on the money so far. And, yeah, you know, it is what it is. And love what I'm seeing out of McNabb, because I'm not trying to downplay him or talk against him, but early in the season he was missing throws like that we knew he could hit. And tonight hasn't really had any bad throws, in my opinion.
Yeah, it looks like, and, it could have just been learning the offense too. Taking a couple weeks to get accustomed to this offense, but it looks like he's got full reign over this and looking good throwing the football so far.
It'll be first down and 10, MCC at their own 41 after a gain of 28 yards from McNabb to Ramel Hernandez. First down and 10, MCC. Play fake to Kelly. McNabb, pocket collapsing again. He does get free this time out to the edge. McNabb gets clobbered here after a gain of about a yard.
Yeah,
that was kind of a tag team effort there.
Well, MCC is going to get away with a hold too. Hunger Bureau thought he got held, and I kind of agree with that. Offensive tackle got his hand, and anytime that hand extends with the jersey and clasped in, that is going to be a hold. But got away with it there, and fortunate that Brogan McNabb wasn't able to break the pocket any further and pick up a bigger gain. We've seen what he can do on his legs.
It's good to see McNabb pop right back up.
He took a hit right there on the sideline.
And it is going to be second down and 8 for MCC at their own 43. Trips far side, one receiver near, under 5 minutes to go in the first half. High snap, bring down. It's a read option and a keeper for McNabb again, right up the middle. There goes Brogan McNabb, first down and more, up to almost the Viera 35, and that's that burst of speed if McNabb can get his foot in the turf and go. It's exactly what MCC needs to see. It's first down. It's an all-systems Mo first down for MCC up to the Viera 34-yard line. First down, MCC. And that's the hardest part about gauging this offense is they have the deep ball presence, but they also have that just really strong running attack up the middle.
Yeah, you got to respect the run. You got to respect McNabb's legs. I mean, we were just talking about what he can do with his legs and put it on display there. It's tough to defend this offense because they're pretty darn good at both running and passing the ball.
First down and 10, MCC. McNabb gives to Caden Kelly, and Kelly's not going to get any on first. Good defense up the middle for Viera. And they have plays like that where they push back, and that's where they need to keep the pressure on and get MCC off the field on third down. Right now it'll be second and 10, but a good stop on first for Viera defensively.
Yeah, you need to stack those defensive plays in a row. If you can come up with another, no gain or even a loss here, that really puts MCC in an uncomfortable situation, although this offense is capable of, striking pretty quick. But still, it makes your job that much easier as a defense if you're getting them in third and long and third and medium to long.
Second down and 10. McNabb with an empty set, drops back, throws the tunnel screen underneath to Noah Flores. Flores trying to bounce to the outside, still on his feet. There goes Noah Flores down the sideline. He will get pushed out of bounds to save a touchdown by Cooper Keith, but Flores somehow hits a lane down the sideline, gets inside the Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta red zone for the first time tonight for MCC, and it'll be first down Hustlers.
Hey,
That's the thing with Flores. You got to seal every hole, every lane. Can't let him get outside, and that's exactly what happened there for a first down.
Hey, you know what? That was a great screen pass and a great pickup on offense. I want to give a shout-out to Isaac Hunger-Buehler. He did an excellent job of diagnosing that screen. Unfortunately, he was the only one that was able to diagnose it. You got Noah Flores versus defensive end. He's going to outrun the defensive end, but very disciplined play by the defensive lineman to realize that's a screen and not get upfield and allow him running room underneath.
First and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Howard Dewitt. Dewitt trying to get to the inside, cutting back inside. Dewitt still on his feet. What a run. Touchdown MCC. Howard Dewitt. How did he do it? Getting to the edge, breaking tackles for a 14-yard touchdown. And that's a guy me and you have seen go from a garbage time back to almost a lead back.
And you know what? When we see him in garbage time, he makes plays just like that. I mean, the kid is a heck of an athlete, and I'm glad to see that Dewitt's getting more playing time here.
And that's MCC's second leading rusher, only behind Brogan McNabb. And Dewitt, first carry of the night, goes for 14 yards and another MCC touchdown. And the Hustlers are absolutely rolling. 3 touchdowns on 3 drives to open the game. And Viera, no response defensively.
Man, he's fun to watch. What
He
year
is.
is Jewett? Sophomore. That's fun. 'Cause
2
he's
more
a
years
darn
of
good
it.
running back, and he's playing corner as well. High-level athlete, man, that can certainly go out there and make plays and really capitalizing on the opportunities, when he's called upon.
Yeah, you got 2 more years of Dewitt. You got 2 more years of Flores. I think you got 1 more year of Brogan McNabb. I mean, the core of this offense is going to stick around for MCC. Extra point is up and good again for Will Stewart. And with 3:06 to go in the first half, it is all MCC. So far, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. This one, a 14-yard scamper by Howard Dewitt on his first carry of the game, making a statement to the far side, breaking tackles, sliding through holes, and getting into the end zone to put MCC ahead 21-0. And if you're Viera from here on out, you've crossed midfield 3 times. That scoreboard still says 0. It's must-score drive already.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, I think the last drive was much a must-score drive for Viera, but this one certainly is. And, empty possessions, we've seen it on, all 3 of their drives. They've moved the ball and then just kind of sputtered out.
I think the biggest thing here, too, a little bit that nerves me is it's got to be this Viera defense. This is a very strong defense. And, the most they've allowed in a game this year, I think, was 35 to Titusville, in which they went into the 4th, only giving up 14. So they gave up 21 in the 4th, which still isn't great, but they've had a stout defense. They only let up 8 a week ago to a solid Toho team. But in the first half alone, MCC putting up 21. And this is an MCC team we need to look out for. I mean, this is a very good program.
I'm telling you, man.
The only team that's really given them the fight and the loss is you see the kickoff here down to Viera. And the return here by a different return man. Still on his feet, getting to the outside. Flag on the far side. Still going down the sideline up to the 40 was Namdi Asora.
They're going to get Hunger Buehler for, I don't know if it was a hold or what, but he blocked his man all the way over to the Viera sideline, and they did throw the flag, so that's going to get backed up at least 10.
As we wait the call to see where this ball will be marked, it got up to the 40 on the return by Osamora. It's going to be an illegal block in the back on Viera. That'll back him up 10. The kicker makes the tackle. Will Stewart ends it. And then 10 more yards will get taken off. That'll put Viera back inside. It looks like inside their own 20. I guess it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. That's how they're doing it. And that's going to be back at the 12-yard line. Not what you want to see if you're Viera to start this drive, trailing by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's certainly not. I mean, you just made it that much harder. Now, at least it's going to be 1st and 10 and not 1st and 20. But still, I mean, you're not making it easy on yourself, especially with the offensive woes that you felt.
Viera with 2 timeouts and 2:56 to operate. 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Hustlers lead by 21, and they're getting the ball first after the half. 1st down and 10. Viera will be a keep with Eric Nelson on the option. Nelson carries ahead, and I think he's going to get 1st down yardage as he picks up about 10 or 11 on 1st down Viera. And again, it works. The offense has been working until you get across the 50. You get deeper down the field, it stalls. And so a good early 1st down run for Nelson, but you need to see consistency.
Yeah, absolutely. You need especially consistency on the other side of the 50.
That run up the middle, MCC all over it. Ostrander and company up front lead the charge for the stop. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 9 for Viera at their own 24-yard line. Clock continues to roll. The run there by Bubar. Got some score updates. Heritage leading South Fork 13-3 after a 1-4 start, looking to get things rolling. Cocoa Beach leading Space Coast in one of our other games of the week, 15-7. Palm Bay still leading Satellite 7-0. As you get a screen pass underneath to Bubar and a slip screen to the outside. Bubar will get the 1st down and get out of bounds for Viera. Nice ball movement again early in the drive on 2nd and 9. It'll be 1st and 10. Viera up to about their own 35.
Well-timed and executed screen pass. They caught MCC in a blitz, and when you're blitzing, it's kind of hard to put your foot in the dirt and isolate that screen. So all you had to do was pop it right over those blitzers, and good convoy of blockers for Bubar up the sideline to pick up the 1st down.
A score update you want to keep an ear out for if you're from MCC. It's a district battle for 2 opponents. Holy Trinity trailing Foundation Academy 3-0. 1st down and 10. Nelson drops back, empty set, 5 wide, throwing to the outside. It is caught. going straight out of bounds there. That was actually a throw by Robbie Blaylock coming in to throw that one. It was not Nelson, as Blaylock throws the out route for a gain of about 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for Viera at their own 38-yard line. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. A minute already gone off the clock on this drive for Viera. They have 2 timeouts and a minute 56 to go in the first half. It is going to be 2nd down and 5 for Viera at their own 38. Blaylock back in at quarterback. Eric Nelson split out wide. 2nd and 5. Blaylock drops back. He'll let one fly down the sideline into tight coverage, and that one's broken up by Noah Flores. And what hasn't he done tonight? There's a pass breakup for Noah Flores on top of it all. Brings up 3rd down and 5 for Viera at their own 38. A minute 50 to go in the first half now. Flores in the first half has a tackle for loss, a 30-yard touchdown reception, a multiple 30-yard receptions, and now a pass deflection. A minute 50 to go in quarter number 2, 3rd down and 5. Viera at their own 38. Looking to avoid having their first drive of the half not cross the 50. Dropping back again is Blaylock. Blaylock lets it fly to the outside. It is incomplete. Overthrowing his receiver on 3rd down. And now to be 4th down for Viera from their own territory. And this is a chance for MCC to get the ball back. And they haven't had a drive yet where they haven't scored. Now with only 1 timeout in a minute 47, we'll see if they can put another score on the board before the half. Another college football score update. Miami has equalized Virginia Tech at 7. Boss back to punt for the 2nd time tonight. Back deep to return is Noah Flores. First time tonight, Viera does not cross midfield on their drive. Was a 3 and out. MCC bringing a big kick blitz, and somehow nobody gets a hand on it. That takes a nice Viera bounce, still going inside the 20, and that'll end up at about the 16. But if you're MCC, that should have absolutely been blocked.
Yeah, well, I say it every week, Jackson. They're not airplanes. They're being more like helicopters. You got to lay out. If you want to block a punt, you have to lay out.
On top of that, a lot of times you see one guy be a helicopter, but there were 3 circling around the punter. And Boss gets it clear anyway and takes a very nice Viera bounce. It'll be 1st down and 10. MCC at their own 16 to get a touchdown. They're going to need to go 84 yards in a minute and a half with only 1 timeout. But I got to say, Will Stewart, one of the better kickers in the county for deep field goals. So it's on the board as well if you're MCC. They'll get the ball first after half as well. So if they can score another touchdown before the half, Viera's going to need some big adjustments to start the second half.
Going to make something happen. You definitely do not want to let MCC score here, because they score here and they get the ball to start the second half. I mean, talking about a situation that nobody really wants to be in with a 35-point.
5 wide. McNabb drops back to pass, throws in the flat. It's incomplete. Kind of just throwing that one into the turf. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. MCC at their own 16. Mel Hernandez, the receiver in the area there on the far side, does not connect. It'll be 2nd and 10 MCC. A minute and a half to go in the first half. 2nd and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
That might have been McNabb's first incompletion.
I think it is. It's 1st or 2nd. He comes in with a 74% completion percentage. 2nd down and 10. MCC back at their own 16. 5 wide again for McNabb and company. Brings a man in motion. That is Do It. Fakes the give to Do It. McNabb on the keep up the middle. There goes Brogan McNabb. 1st down and more. McNabb off to the races across the 50, across the 40. Brogan McNabb. Flag at the end of the play on the tackle as well. Almost to the 20. And McNabb was flying down the field there. We got a flag at the end of the run as well. That one goes not only across midfield, but almost all the way into the red zone. That's going to go for almost 60 yards for Brogan McNabb on the fake jet sweep.
And
we got a flag there on the tackle, it looked like, that could add some more.
I think they might call maybe a horse collar here, but they didn't pull him down by his shoulders. He kind of reached over the top, which...
Unless he reached around and grabbed the face mask.
Yeah, they're going to wave that off. Yeah. That was not. They thought it might have been a horse collar. It wasn't. A horse collar is you grab them by the back of their shoulder pads and pull them down behind them. That was not what happened. But either way, heck of a run by McNabb. You just see how dang fast the kid is.
I'd rather see an official throw a flag and wave it off than miss a call. And that'll bring up first down and 10, MCC at the Viera 23 with a minute to go in the first half. 5 wide again for McNabb. After a 50-plus yard run, Viera brings the house. They'll throw the little screen to the outside. Ramel Hernandez, nowhere to go. Hernandez getting driven back, still on his feet. He'll get pushed back outside the 30, and Hernandez kind of froze there, didn't make a move. And Viera just ran him over there for a big loss. Clock continues to roll. Second down and long.
Yeah, he was trying to make a little too much happen there instead of just putting his foot in the dirt and picking up what you can get. It wasn't going to be much, but it's better than losing 10 yards.
And this is going to be the last time out of the first half for MCC with 34 seconds to go in the half, ahead of a second down and long. It's going to be a 2nd and 18 back to their own, or at the Viera 31-yard line. That's the thing with those 5 wide sets. For 99% of teams you play, you see 5 wide, you expect just watch the pass, but with NAB, you see that ability to just burst on a QB draw, a design QB power run right up the middle. And the thing is, too, McNabb was it felt like he was dragging a defender for 40 of those 50 yards. He just was flying down the field.
Yeah, he was scooting, man. I mean, the kid can absolutely fly. He's got a cannon and he can run. It's a lethal combination for a quarterback.
Would love to have a radar gun on that run to see how fast he clocked in at, because he was just flying down the middle of the field, and that's what gets you a 50-yard run. But now you're dropped back for 8 yards. You don't have any more stoppages. You only have 34 seconds. I still think you're teetering on Stewart's field goal range anyway. You just need to stay moving in the positive direction the rest of the half.
Yeah, but if you're MCC, you don't want a field goal here. You want to come away with 6.
Got to keep an eye on the clock if you're MCC. No more timeouts. 34 seconds. They have second down and 18 at the Viera 31. As it is 2nd and 18 again, a 5 wide empty set for Brogan McNabb. McNabb drops back to pass. Pocket starting to collapse. McNabb flushed out. Brogan McNabb sheds a sack, running back across the 50. McNabb now turning upfield. Brogan McNabb flying down the sideline. And I don't know how in the world that turns out to be positive yardage.
I mean, yeah, you heard the crowd saying get rid of it, and my own internal monologue was like, get rid of it. But, I mean, he's a magician, man. He just makes something happen. I mean, it's still going to be 3rd and long, but, I mean,
he ended up
could have been a 3rd and a lot longer.
Ends up getting 6 yards, 3rd down and 12 for MCC, and he got out of bounds to stop the clock with 21 seconds to go. Now from the Viera 25. Lord, I mean, that's not one you'll encourage as a coach. You pat him on the back, say, nice,
nice job. Don't do it again.
Yardage. Yeah, never do it again. 3rd down and 12 for MCC at the Viera 25-yard line. 21 seconds to go in the first half. No more timeouts for the Hustlers. 2 receivers either side. McNabb drops back to pass. Looking upfield, hit as he throws. It is short of his receiver, looking for Flores. And that pressure on the quarterback forces the incompletion. It looks like it was number 21, Sal Orlando, getting on him, making the hit from behind. And now it'll be 4th and 12. And they will send out Will Stewart. It'll be a 42-yard try for Stewart before they have to look to put MCC ahead by 24.
And the kid's got a cannon, so, I mean, it's in the realm of possibility that he can make this. It's within his distance, I think.
Wind is dead. It'll be a 42-yard try on 4th down and 12 for Will Stewart from the right hash. Stewart from 42. Kick is up. It is good.
Drilled it.
From 42 yards out, Will Stewart knocks it through. And with 12 seconds to go in the first half, MCC tacks 3 more onto the board off the leg of Will Stewart. That is not something you see in high school very often. And kudos there to Stewart. And with 12 seconds to go on the clock, Viera will get the ball back, but MCC is going to get it right back after the half. They add 3 more on a very short time drive, and now they lead by 24.
Yeah, going into the half, if you're Viera, you've got to really go to the drawing board and be like, all right, what's working offensively and what can we make work once we get on our side of the 50, or the other side of the 50 rather, and defensively, how do we put a stop to this MCC offense?
I think this is one of the most high-powered offenses I've seen in a while, because you just can't I mean, the deep ball is so strong. The run is so strong. This is one of the best balanced offenses I've seen. They can do both passing and rushing equally well. And it's just very hard to stop. Kickoff coming for Stewart. He's going to go for a squib kick to try and run some clock. Picked up off a bounce by Viera. A short return up to about the 39 on the return by Kevin Silva. Viera will have 2 timeouts and 7 seconds from their own 39. And MCC will get the ball after that. Viera will only have 7 seconds to try and put themselves in position to score or just run out the clock.
I imagine they might just need this one to take it to halftime.
A lot of second half adjustments going to be needed for Viera, as this game last year was a 50-point Viera win. And you can see how much this MCC program has turned it up this year. I still think Viera is better than a year ago. But MCC, unbelievable. 1st and 10, it will just be a keeper up the middle for Eric Nelson. Nelson gets across the 50. MCC going to keep him on his feet, and that will run out the first half. A nice job by MCC not letting him go down. And we will head to halftime here from the Hive. The Hustlers making an absolute statement here against the Viera Hawks. It is 24-0 MCC with the lead. We will have a halftime show coming up here. We'll be on mute because of the copyrighted music, but you will see the MCC cheerleaders as well as some younger up-and-coming cheerleaders that they have here tonight, and you'll see that coming up. But for now, we'll take, you'll see it when it starts on your screen. For the first half, all Hustlers all the time, 24-0 MCC leading Viera at half. We'll be back in about 20 minutes for the start of half number 2. We welcome you back live here to the Brevard Sports Network for second half action here from the Hive. The first half was all MCC. They lead it 24-0, had 0 empty drives in that first half whatsoever, and really just shut down Viera even on some productive drives. Logan, what were your takeaways there from the first half from MCC?
MCC, I mean, they're just rolling. I mean, especially offensively, but even defensively, you know, they really bowed up there in the later part of the first half, not allowing Viera to cross the 50. And when earlier in the game they did nothing but cross the 50. Now, empty possessions for Viera, and they weren't able to capitalize. But, you know, as far as Viera goes, you got to hope some halftime adjustments happen because, you know, offensively and defensively, there were certainly things that needed to be worked on for the remainder of this game.
Offensively, they've got to finish drives in good position, and defensively, it's got to change. I mean, I can't give you a pinpoint issue. Running the ball, MCC had their way. Deep balls, MCC had their way. There's really not one point defensively I can make for Viera to fix their issues, but they're going to have to find a solution somehow.
I think it starts right now is just getting off the field defensively on this opening drive. Don't let MCC get in the end zone here, which they've done once this far in the game, and that was the drive before the half.
Dane Boss will get set to kick off for the first time tonight. 0 empty drives in the first half for MCC. Touchdowns on 3 of the 4. Noah Flores deep to return with Ramel Hernandez. As Boss gets set to boot it away. Second half underway from the Hive. Returnable for Ramel Hernandez from the 10. He pitches it to Noah Flores. Flores breaking up field. There goes Noah Flores to the outside. Noah Flores down the sideline. And he'll get brought down at about the 50. Nearly broke it. And a big return of about 39 yards. First down, MCC at about their own 48. A little bit of trickeration there as Hernandez fielded it, tossed it to Flores. Not a full-on reverse, but kind of changed directions and caught Viera off guard.
Yeah, a little razzle-dazzle there to start and get it up around the 50.
That's a 38-yard return. First down and 10. MCC at their own 48-yard line. Trips near side, one far for McNabb with Dewitt in the backfield. On first down and 10, it is a handoff to Howard Dewitt. Dewitt to the outside, still on his feet, cutting up field. Dewitt's following his blockers. Still fighting. Dewitt reversing field. There he goes. Flags coming in. First down and more for Howard Dewitt. Still on his feet. Down to about the 25. I think it's going to come back. But that nearly went down for a gain of only a yard. At the end of the run, it goes for about 20. But there are flags down, 2 of them. And we'll see what the result of the play will be here. We're going to get a personal foul, crackback block on MCC. That'll be 15 yards. And a huge play by Dewitt, but it is going to come back. But, man, McNabb, Flores, and Dewitt may be 1, 2, and 3 toughest guys to tackle in Brevard County, all on one team.
Dewitt's a heck of a runner, man. I mean, again, limited opportunities early on in the season, and looks like his role's been expanded, I think rightfully so. I mean, without that crackback block, and it happened when he was already well past the block, so it didn't need to happen, but reverses field, breaks a couple tackles, and then was out into the open field, which would have been a good gain.
The field reversal, I think, was the most impressive part. He spun out of a tackle in tight quarters and just got away and completely flew to the other side of the field, but now it'll be first down and about 18 for MCC, back at their own 40-yard line after the big run is taken away by the crackback block. As this one pass underneath to Caden Kelly is caught to the outside. Kelly down the sideline. And Kelly's going to pick up about 16 or 15 yards. Second and short for MCC. As they get all that penalty yardage back, it'll be second and short across the 50-yard line for MCC. Nobody really flying to the ball there for Viera. Lets Kelly extend that play.
Little hitch routes, too, and, you know, ordinarily those are little quick hitting routes to pick up a couple yards, but that's twice tonight that we've seen those little quick hitches have picked up pretty substantial yardage.
Second down and 2 for MCC at the Viera 44-yard line. Trips near side for McNabb. It is going to be a read option keeper. McNabb cuts it inside, breaking a tackle. Brogan McNabb with a first down. Up to about the Viera 36. That's an all-systems Mo first down.
And they had him dead to rights, too, in the backfield, and that just shows McNabb's athleticism to be able to just put his foot in the dirt and split two defenders to pick up substantial yardage for the first down.
And McNabb just finding lanes, hitting the holes, and just continuing to move the chains for MCC. First down and 10 to the Viera 36-yard line. It is first down and 10 Hustlers at the Viera 36. McNabb again, play fakes, and as is a give to Noah Flores. Flores hitting a hole. There goes Noah Flores, still on his feet, down inside the 15-yard line. That's going to be a gain of over 20 yards for Noah Flores, right through the hole inside the Zone 6 Reapers red zone. First down and 10 MCC on a gain of 21 by Flores to the Viera 15. As MCC marching right down the field again. No pushback from Viera's defense. Not seeing any adjustments so far.
No, it's kind of more of the same that we saw in the first half, and you really got to respect the speed of this offense.
First down and 10, MCC at the Viera 15-yard line. Both Dewitt and Kelly in the backfield with McNabb. Two receivers far, one near. Fake to Dewitt. The give to Kelly. McNabb takes a hit. Caden Kelly with nowhere to go up the middle. He will get nothing on first. That'll bring up second down and 10 for MCC at the Viera 15-yard line.
Nice job by the Viera defensive front to get penetration early on. That was a long developing run play, and they were able to get back there and kind of stop it before he was even able to get the handoff off.
Second down and 10 for MCC inside the Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta red zone at the Viera 15-yard line. Split backs with McNabb again. 8:40 to go in the third quarter. MCC already leading by 24. Split backs, two receivers far, one near. McNabb drops back to pass, lets one fly to the back corner to Noah Flores. Overthrown there, looking for Flores in coverage was Cooper Keith. That'll bring up third down and 10 MCC. Viera needing to get MCC off the field without 7.
And he was open too, just needed to put a little less on that.
It's really the first quote-unquote bad ball we've seen from McNabb tonight there, and just overthrowing Flores. I think that's only his second or third incompletion of the night.
It's not many.
No. Let's say his completion percentage is not going down from 74. Third down and 10 for MCC, though, looking to keep the drive alive from the Viera 15. It'll be 5 wide, empty set for McNabb in the shotgun. On third down and 15. McNabb gets set for the snap on third down. Drops back to pass. Has time, stepping up in the pocket. McNabb somehow gets free. McNabb turning back, running backwards. McNabb still on his feet. McNabb's going to take off. There goes Brogan McNabb. Ball is out, and Viera's going to have it. First down, Hawks. The first empty drive of the night for MCC. It's a fumble recovery.
I didn't see who made the hit there to cause the fumble, but he did an excellent job of sticking his face mask right on the football to pop that out.
Robbie Caruso with a big fumble recovery for Viera. And you'll take what you can get. That's a red zone stop and a red zone turnover. And a nice way to start the second half if you are Viera.
And I said it, if they wanted to get back into this, they needed to keep MCC out of the end zone there. And it looked like they were trending towards the end zone. Excellent job of fighting and digging deep. And getting that ball to come out, and more importantly, recovering it and giving your offense an opportunity.
First turnover of the night for either squad is a fumble recovery for Caruso, and Viera stuck back first and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Two receivers either side. Man comes across, and he'll go behind the quarterback in motion. Handoff up the middle to Bubar, but the run's up the middle. Only going to get 3 yards there to bring up second down and 7 for Viera. And for Viera here, it's got to be touchdowns the rest of the way here. And then, you have some decision making. You can get 3 2-point conversions, and then from that point you tie the game, and or you get 3 touchdowns and a field goal. Either way you have it, it's still a long deficit if you're Viera to make up.
And it starts right now. Looking at 3rd and 6 now, maybe 3rd and 5, but this is a first down you absolutely have to pick up.
It's going to be a third down and medium there after the run up the middle. Stop down by MCC again. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Hawks. Heavy backfield. It's a keeper. They'll throw a toss to the outside on the triple option, getting to the outside, and Viera is going to get the first down, I believe, out there to number 14. Robert Ailey gets a first down for Viera, much-needed first down on the triple option. And those are the kind of plays you need to incorporate, the speed options, the triple options, keep the defense on their toes outside of a simple read option.
Well, they've had their most success running the ball tonight to the outside. I mean, we saw it there. I mean, earlier in the game when they were running towards their sidelines, they had pretty good success, picking 8-9 yards up.
As it's going to be a 1st down and 10 for Viera up to their own 28-yard line. Dropping back to passes, Nelson. He'll step up in the pocket and take off with it, getting to the outside. Nelson will get forced out of bounds after, I believe, being just short of the line to gain, if not picking it up there. And again, Viera churning down the field the first few plays in the drive, but they got to avoid hitting a roadblock. That's a good run by Nelson, though, for a gain of 9 yards.
Yeah, you'll take it. I mean, saw this earlier in the game, but can they finish? That's going to be the big key here. Is are they going to be able to put one in the end zone? You know, you have an opportunity to claw your way back into this one.
Trips far side for 2nd down and inches for Viera. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Bubar, and Bubar has the first down across the 40-yard line. It's an all-systems Mo first down, and Viera will continue to move the ball under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 24-0 Hustlers, but Viera still definitely has a shot here. Just got to finish off some drives in the end zone. And 1st down and 10, Viera from their own 41. Trips far side again is the set for Viera. 1st down would be across midfield if they can get there. It is 1st and 10. Handoff again to Bubar up the middle. Bubar straight into that defensive line. He'll get about a yard or two. Some jawing going on there through the end of the play. All in good faith. That's a gain of about 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for Viera at their own 44.
And that, you know, up the middle, you know, it's only 3 yards, but 3 yards keeps you ahead of the chains. You know, you get 3 yards every play, you pick up a 1st down.
It is 2nd down and 7. Ailey in motion. They will give on the jet sweep to Robert Ailey. Ailey trying to get around the edge. He does. 1st down, Viera across midfield. And some extracurriculars there. Flags come in.
Saw a player go down late there. I don't know.
Expecting to see 15 yards. This could negate a big Viera gain, or this could add 15 more to it.
I thought I saw a yellow jersey go down late, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to see. There was kind of a mass of bodies there on the sideline.
Officials talking it over on the far side of the field. Would be a 1st down on the run by Ailey across midfield, but definitely some extracurriculars after the play that could either negate the run or add a good chunk of yardage on top of it. Looking like it's on MCC.
It does certainly appear like they're going to back them up, which you'll take that if you're Viera, and they are, yeah. It looks like Viera is going to be the
after the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on MCC. That's 15 more on a – that's going to be 2 dead ball fouls.
Oh, that's 30 yards.
That's 30 yards on MCC. So a gain of about 10 yards, 12 yards turns into a gain of 40 yards. 1st down of Viera inside the Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta red zone, and a huge opportunity if you're Viera that you cannot squander. 1st down and 10 at the MCC 18.
We're going to get a timeout here, I do believe. Oh, never mind. Radio and the white hat to get ready.
No timeout here. They get set to go. 1st down and 10. Viera in their best field position of the night from the MCC 18. The best field position since the opening drive. Man in motion will go behind the quarterback. Nelson turns, gives to Bubar up the middle. He'll pick up about 2 or 3 on 1st down, and that chunk yardage every play. What they've been doing all night, and they continue to do it well. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for Viera up to the MCC 15-yard line. Coming up on 5 minutes to go. In a quarter number 3, Sanger makes the tackle for MCC. 2nd down and 7. It's going to be a speed option. And the quarterback's just going to keep it and get flung down for a loss by Tanner Campbell. And that's going to set back the yards they had just gained. The decision not to toss it hurts them. It's going to be a loss of 3 yards. It'll be at 3rd down and 11 for Viera, the MCC 19, 4-down territory, I'd assume here.
Yeah, definitely. The toss to not pitch it was kind of made for him. That was a very good job by the MCC defense to kind of sniff out that speed option, take away the pitch man, take away the quarterback, and really leave him nowhere to go.
3rd down and 11. Woodruff in motion. They fake the give to him. Nelson keeps right up the middle. Eric Nelson. Ball is free at the end of the play. Who has it? It's still out. And it is not clear who has the football, but
they're saying that Viera recovered it. They did.
Viera gets it back. Could have been devastating of their own red zone fumble after they recovered one to start this drive. Either way, it is going to be.
Looks like we got a Hawk down.
4th and long. We do have a Viera player down on the field here with 4:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. And you hope it's just cramping here. It is hot. It is humid. But quickly back up on his feet. Another thing to keep, in the back of your mind, I don't think there was any practices yesterday with school being off. So teams possibly coming off of, a few days absence from the field.
Well, I can't speak for most teams, but back when I was coaching, Thursday was kind of just like a walkthrough and helmets day. Really light, not something something you could do this morning if you really wanted to. In fact, typically, like when I was at Melbourne and Bayside, we did our Thursday walkthrough in the morning. So that way you can get the JV players ready to go on Thursday, which obviously there was no JV games, but also just kind of get your varsity players out of there and go home and rest. So probably didn't miss too much with school being out yesterday and all activities halted, but
good insight there, and still have a player injured here for Viera. 4:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Hawks are facing, I believe, a 4th down and about 8. I have no doubt that they'll go for it here. A field goal would cut it to 21, but the way this offense has been moving, you were gifted by your defense an opportunity to possess the football off a red zone fumble recovery. That injured player is up and walking now. That appears to be Nnamdi Asora, one of their leading receivers. Not what you want to see if you're Viera ahead of a big 4th down play, but again, I don't think you have a benefit here to kicking the field goal. I think you need to get 7 here, and they are going to keep the offense on the field. It is 4th down and 8 for Viera. A lot on the line here. Started this drive with a red zone fumble recovery, looking to cap it off with a touchdown. 4th down, Viera. Nelson in the shotgun with Bubar. Nelson drops back to pass, lets one fly over the middle, intercepted by MCC. And the Hustlers with a chance to return it. There they go. MCC taking it out across the 40. Across the 45, flag comes out on the near side. But about a 45-yard return, not only going to get the ball back off a turnover you gave up in the red zone, you get a red zone turnover of your own. And guess who but Noah Flores tonight with a pass breakup, an interception, a tackle for loss, and a touchdown, doing it all tonight. And there's a big interception in the red zone, and Viera once again cannot cap off a big drive. And MCC will take back over in great field position.
There was a flag that came out. I don't know. It should be a sideline infraction, but that first one's a warning. So, it kind of tit for tat. Didn't really mean anything. But, yeah, I mean, you got the big turnover there, and it's plagued Viera all night, not being able to capitalize on, your offensive drives that have looked good. I mean, you have 30 yards in penalty, got you knocking on the door, and once again, they couldn't get it in there. And, to beat good teams, you got to be able to get the ball into the end zone.
Yeah, they get that possession off of a red zone fumble recovery of their own, and they give it away on a red zone interception on 4th down. 1st down and 10 MCC at their own 45. Trips near side. McNabb turns, gives to Dewitt. Howard Dewitt cutting upfield, getting to the outside. Dewitt breaking free down the sideline. 1st down and more is Dewitt.
It's going to come
brought
back.
Down just short of the 30.
Got a hold on the right tackle there. It's holding Isaac Hungerbuehler.
That is going to come back, though. Tough for Dewitt. He's had 3 big runs. One was a touchdown. The next 2 have both been called back. Well, Hurt won't go for his stats, but he's had himself a heck of a night. 3 runs, probably averaging about 20 yards per carry.
Unfortunately, 40 of them haven't counted.
There's the hold on MCC. That'll bring up 1st down and in the range of 20 yards. Only 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. MCC leading Viera 24-0. Both teams with turnovers to start the 2nd half. Back to the 35-yard line. First down and 20 MCC. They'll move Flores into the backfield with McNabb. Trips far side again for the Hustlers. It will be a give to Flores. Flores trying to get around the end. Cuts it upfield. Goes Noah Flores up across the 40. And that's where that run will end after a gain of about 7 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 13 for MCC across the 40. On the run by Noah Flores.
Even though it was a 7-yard gain, all things considered, pretty nice job by the Viera defense to kind of string that out and really force Flores to make a decision to put his foot in the dirt and try and get some yardage.
Isaac Hungerbuehler makes the stop. I believe we have the third quarter water break here.
No, you got a
No, we have an injury
over there.
My mistake. We do have an injury on the field for Viera on the far side. Clock stops with 3:38 to go in the third quarter. We're ahead of a 2nd down and 14 for MCC. While we have this break, I'd like to thank our head sponsor of tonight, Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta.
Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta. Boy, do I love those two things, pizza and pasta. Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta has a long-standing respect for the history, quality, and authenticity of pizza making and the importance of ingredients, recipes, and never needing to cut corners. As a pizza lover, you will find that perfect pie you've been searching for, whether it's a hand-tossed New York style or a Sicilian pan pizza. You won't feel like you settled for second best after visiting Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta in Viera. For the tastiest and highest quality pizza around, visit Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta today. They also offer carry-out and pizza delivery options for your convenience. You can contact their New York pizza shop to place an order for pizza delivery in the Viera and surrounding areas. Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta is located on 5410 Morel Road in Viera. And if you want to see the menu of everything Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta has, visit brooklynpizza-pasta.com. And to place that order, call 321-633-7003.
Jalen McCray, the injured Viera Hawk, helped off the field there. I also like to thank the Space Coast Card Show. All that information on the top of your screen currently. Their next show is October 13th at the Holiday Inn in Viera in the Conference Center from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Go check it out.
Heck yeah.
October 13th.
Cards are becoming pretty hot again, Jackson. Back when I was a kid, collecting Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, it kind of fell off, but now a lot of collectors of sports cards now. So, I mean, if that sounds interesting to you, go check them out. Go to the card show.
It is 2nd and 14. McNabb play fake, lets it fly, has a receiver. It's incomplete, but a flag comes in. And that play was late. It was late.
It was a late whistle.
Delay
a game or false
start. It's going to be a
start.
false start. That ball was blown dead as it was in the air. Fell incomplete anyway. It'll bring up now 2nd and 19 for MCC. The penalty will move him back, but the clock stops with 3:13 to go in the third quarter. It is 2nd down and 19 for MCC back at their own 36-yard line. But with a 24-point lead, it's a chance for you to run more clock, which you can't really complain about. It will be at 2nd down and 19 for the Hustlers back at their own 36-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go in quarter number 3. 2 receivers either side. McNabb in the shotgun. Viera showing blitz. Don't bring it. Handoff right at the middle. There goes Caden Kelly into the secondary. And he'll get tripped up and brought down after a solid gain. Flag comes in late. I think that's going to be a horse collar tackle.
I don't know. That was kind of late. It was almost after the play was over. It could be just a late horse collar. It looks like he's indicating a horse collar, so you may be right. But that's going to give MCC certainly a first down and more.
That was a gain of about 14 yards.
A lot of banana peels getting dropped here in the second half. Relatively clean first half, yeah.
15-yarders all over the field. We've already seen him march forward. We'll see if it is the personal foul after the play. Personal foul on Viera. It's 15 yards for MCC as they go across midfield. And the Hustlers pick up another all-systems Mo first down. 2:36 to go in the third quarter. MCC moving down the field again. Last drive ended in the red zone with a fumble. This time looking to avoid having their second straight empty drive. 2 receivers either side. First down. It's going to be a quick screen outside to Ramel Hernandez. Hernandez nowhere to run. He'll get a yard if that. It'll bring up 2nd and long for MCC on the screen to Ramel Hernandez. Second down and 9 for MCC at the Viera 37. 2 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Hustlers lead by 24. Trips near side for second down and 9. It's Kelly and McNabb in the shotgun. On second and 9, McNabb drops, quick throw underneath on the hitch to Ramel Hernandez. Hernandez has a first down across the 25-yard line.
That's a just quick little hitch play like they've been running earlier, and they really good gains off of those hitch plays, just finding the soft spot in the zone and letting their athlete put their foot in the dirt and go pick up some yardage. Really, Viera hasn't had much of an answer for those hitches.
And they got the big fumble recovery on the last drive, but still not seeing any big adjustments defensively that are slowing MCC down. First down and 10, MCC at the Viera 24-yard line, knocking on the door of the Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta Red Zone. Coming up on 1 minute to go in the third quarter. No rush for MCC, understandably so. First down and 10, Hustlers at the Viera 24. Trips far side. One receiver split to the near side by himself. Play fake, throwing over the middle. Another hitch to Ramel Hernandez. Hernandez cuts it upfield inside the 10-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 15 yards. It'll be first and goal for MCC, and the first and goal for either team tonight. Under 1 minute to go in the third. Gain of 15 for Hernandez on another hitch route.
Yeah, it really similar play to what they ran on the play before. Just getting your number 3 receiver, number 3 in the alignment, not that he's the third because he's their leading receiver. Anyway, the number 3 receiver just kind of isolated on a hitch route in the soft spot of the zone. He's quick enough to just go pick up 10, 15 extra yards.
As it is now first down and goal, MCC at the 10-yard line. 25 seconds to go in the third, most likely the last play of the quarter. Well, McNabb play fakes. Flag comes in around the line of scrimmage. McNabb will keep, cut up the sideline. Brogan McNabb is in for the touchdown, but I believe it's going to come back here. And it is going to be a hold on MCC, so that'll take 6 points off the board. Make it first and goal from the 20 for MCC. Clock will stop with 12 seconds to go. No touchdown for McNabb with his legs there. Still a good scamper, though, somehow getting free. It won't stand. It's crazy to think that somehow MCC could have put some more yards and more points on the board than they have tonight, but penalties have set them back a little bit here.
And we saw that earlier in the season. They certainly have dialed that back quite a bit from what we saw earlier in the season. But, yeah, especially here in the second half, these penalties have just been really flying.
And a lot of times you talk about, oh, the penalty takes back a touchdown, but in some cases with a hold, you're not having a touchdown without the hold.
I don't know if that was the case there, but.
Yeah. It is going to be first and goal, MCC at the 20-yard line now. Gives them a little bit more room to operate. 12 seconds to go in the third quarter. Kelly switching sides of McNabb. 2 receivers either side. It's a keeper for McNabb. He's going to get turned around, still on his feet. McNabb trying to find anywhere to go. McNabb will get thrown down for a loss of a yard. No McNabb magic this time, as we will head to quarter number 4 after a scoreless third quarter with 2 turnovers. We head to the fourth here from the Hive. It is 24-0, MCC leading. The Viera Hawks, Viera going to need a big fourth quarter surge. MCC knocking on the door of scoring again here to start quarter number 4, as they will have a second and a long goal to go to start the fourth quarter. I mean, I will say Viera's red zone defense has been solid. I mean, the big touchdowns MCC's had have been a lot of those 30-plus yard touchdowns. When they've gotten to the red zone, they forced a turnover. They forced a field goal. MCC does have a touchdown in the red zone, though, if there's anything to take away defensively. So we get set to get started in the fourth quarter. MCC with the football and driving with second and goal, leading 24-0. we get set to go for quarter number 4 here. Last 12 minutes up on the scoreboard. It's 2nd and goal, MCC at the 21-yard line. After a holding penalty on 1st and goal and a 1-yard loss on the 2nd attempt at 1st and goal. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 21.
You don't love that. 2nd and goal from the 21.
The way MCC's offense is operated, though, just gives them more room to score.
Yeah.
Second down and goal, MCC at the 21-yard line. Trips far side, McNabb and Dewitt in the backfield. Got to keep an eye on Howard Dewitt if you're Viera defensively. On 2nd and goal, it is the give to Dewitt. Dewitt sweeping around the edge, cutting inside, almost tripping himself up. Dewitt still on his feet, and he'll go down inside around the 5-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 16 yards. Called it out pre-snap. You got to keep an eye on him. And Dewitt picks up about 16 yards. 3rd and goal, MCC at the 5.
The kid's walking 10, 15 yards. I mean, every touch. You know, he just puts his – he looks like he's fallen over, and he still stays up and is able to pick up an extra 5, 6 yards. I mean, kid's very impressive.
And he almost tripped himself on a cut, a juke move there. Didn't get touched, but he was just running so fast laterally. 3rd down and goal. MCC at the Viera 4 after a gain of 17 on 2nd and goal. It's Dewitt and McNabb in the shotgun again for 3rd and goal. 11 minutes to go in the 3rd. McNabb in the shotgun. Trips near side. McNabb on the option to give. Dewitt inside. Touchdown MCC. And this one will stand. 2nd touchdown of the night for Howard Dewitt as he gets the last 4 yards they needed to finish off the drive. And it's touchdown Howard Dewitt. That'll put MCC ahead by at least 30 with 11 minutes to go in this one. Hustlers take one drive off from scoring with a fumble lost, and they return right to the end zone like they never left. What a game for MCC.
Yeah, I mean.
This is a 6A football team, mind you.
And you know, I want to go back a couple weeks because we talked about it the last time we were here at MCC, and we said, you know, if they get over that Trinity Catholic game, team that knocked them out of the playoffs the year before, the state champion, a state runner-up, something like that, and if they get over that game, then there's a possibility this team could be very, very good, and they did. They went out and clobbered Trinity Catholic, and that seemed to be the fuel to this team. Now, they did take one on the chin by First Academy, but First Academy is pretty darn good. But yeah, this is a very well-polished MCC team, and I think we're watching a team that can make a pretty deep run, especially in, what are they, 1A?
Yep.
Yeah, 1A.
This is, love the song choice. This is how we do it. That was Howard Dewitt with the touchdown run. It's 2nd of the night. And MCC is just rolling. I mean, again, this is a game a year ago that finished, I believe, 53-7 Viera.
Yeah, and you know, MCC probably had that in the back of their mind too. You know.
And, you know, later in the year, they have a final week of the season matchup against Heritage. They do play some more good football teams. It's not smooth sailing from here, but at this point, you have more optimism and almost feeling like you're a favorite in those games that preseason you thought could be very much uphill battles or just losses you're going to have to take. But now at this point, you look like you're favorites possibly the rest of the way. 11 minutes to go here from the Hive. MCC leading Viera 31-0. Coming a week after Viera picked up a 40-point win. Deep kick from Will Stewart here. It is returnable from inside the 5. It's muffed by Viera. Got to scoop it up. It's going to be returned for Viera, cutting up field. Now a good return off the muff kick. And he'll get swung down at about the 34. It's going to be about a 30-yard return for Viera off the muffed kick and return by King Taylor Milbury.
A solid return, and we'll see if we got a block in the back, so solid return is going to be knocked off the board, and it's going to be a tougher climb here for the Viera Hawks, and you really just want to get one in. You've moved the ball pretty, relatively successfully most of the game. Just haven't really gotten rewarded for your hard work, and if you're Viera, you hope to at least punch one in tonight and keep that goose egg off the board.
And the offense just not built for playing behind the sticks or playing from behind on the scoreboard, and Viera found themselves behind multiple times in the sticks, behind early on the scoreboard. And that penalty backs them up to their own 13. First down and 10, Viera. 10:56 to play. They trail by 31, looking to avoid a shutout here. Dropping back, throwing underneath. It is low and incomplete. Intended for Namdi Aswara. This would, Viera trying to avoid being shut out for the first time this year. That'll bring up 2nd and 10, Viera back at their own 12-yard line. But, you know, this is going to be a Viera team, regardless of record, that's going to be right on that playoff bubble like they were a year ago. And these are those kind of games you're going to take on the chin. MCC is a very good football team, but as of right now, how the rankings stand, losing to a 1A football team. Now, looking at MCC, I'm not degrading them. I'm just talking about the max preps and how they rank. They're naturally going to fall, I believe, with a loss here. But I think throughout the season, as MCC rises up the rankings, that could end up being an acceptable loss. But in the way that it's going right now with the lack of defense, they're going to get a delay of game here as well. Lack of defense and really no progression offensively. It's not a loss you want to take.
Who's in Viera's district?
Melbourne, I think Kissimmee Osceola.
Oof.
And
Is Choho in their district?
I don't think so. I'm not positive.
Well, Osceola is going to be a challenge.
I know Osceola is. I know Melbourne is. Pocket collapsing, trying to get out of his own end zone here. Dangerous throw outside is incomplete. Looking again for Uswara. Broken up there by Caden Kelly, it looks like.
And Viera's kind of lucky they didn't get called with a man downfield. They had 2 linemen that were 10, 15 yards down the field.
Sorry, that was Colton Brown breaking that one up. It's going to be 2nd down and long for Viera back inside their own 10-yard line on 2nd and 15. The throw on the screen pass is dropped. Dangerous to throw a screen pass on your own goal line. It just falls incomplete, though. 3rd down and 15, and Viera's offense just going backwards at this point in progression. Looked strong in the first half, had some glimpses in the 3rd quarter, but right now just has nothing going. It's 3rd and 15 at their own 7.
I think it's 4th down.
Or it is 4th and 15 now. That was their 3rd down play, and it goes for no gain, and now they're going to have to avoid, you know, a dangerous situation on punting from your own end zone. MCC has gotten dangerously close to getting blocks multiple times tonight.
Yeah, 2 punts, and both times they've had pretty good penetration.
You got to lay out here and get a block on this. Goes out of the back of the end zone. It's a safety. If they can keep it in bounds somehow and fall on it, it's a touchdown. Flores deep to receive. Good blocking up front. Boss gets it away. Angold takes a bounce, and that's going to continue to roll past the 45. MCC will take over in Viera territory with 1st down and 10 at about the Viera 45-yard line. Solid punt by Boss. Good kind of max protect up front, keeping the Hustlers out of the backfield there on the punt.
Yeah, and I know MCC is going to get the ball on their plus side of the 50, but still, all things considered, that's a pretty darn good punt.
It's going to be 1st and 10. MCC starting at the Viera 46-yard line. 10.5 minutes to go in this ball game. The Hustlers really haven't slowed down, taking their foot off the gas all night. I doubt to see it here. Viera, you just got to keep him out of the end zone, keep him off the scoreboard, get a good defensive stop here. One high safety, 1st down and 10. MCC at the Viera 36. McNabb in the shotgun. Keeps himself on the read option. McNabb across the far side of the field. 1st down and more. McNabb still on his feet across the 30. And that's going to be a gain of about 18 yards. 1st down on the keeper by McNabb. 1st down and 10. It's an all systems Mo. 1st down for MCC.
And just a zone read. You know, defensive end chases the dive, and that screen light for the quarterback to keep it. And
clock continues to roll. 1st and 10. MCC at the Viera 29. That was a gain of 17 by McNabb on 1st to keep the chains moving. First down and 10, play fake, throwing to the outside on the screen. It is hauled in, getting to the outside. There goes MCC, pushed out at about the 20-yard line. There it was Michael Green on the reception, pushed out of bounds by Bobby Meyer. Green with his first reception of the night goes for 9 yards, puts him inside the Brooklyn red zone at the Viera 20. Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta red zone, that is.
I believe
and
that's
going to be 2nd and 1.
4 different receivers now that have touched the ball, maybe 5.
It is going to be 2nd down and 1 for MCC at the Viera 20. They're just letting the clock run here. 9:40 to go in this football game. Kelly and McNabb in the shotgun. Trips near side, one far. McNabb drops back, lets one fly. Back corner is dropped there, incomplete in the end zone, intended for Bonenberger. It'll bring up 3rd and 1.
And I know it was low and behind him, but the idea of that is a back shoulder fade. And you put it on his outside shoulder, and I think the receiver maybe just ran the route a step or two too far. Put it right there on the corner of the end zone. If it just stopped it off and came back to it a little earlier, might be talking about a touchdown. Good idea to take the shot into the end zone, though, and 2nd and short, especially with the way you've been moving the ball. 3rd and short should be no issue.
Look catchable, falls incomplete. 3rd down and 1 for MCC at the Viera 20. Split backs with McNabb. It'll be a give to Noah Flores. Flores first down up the middle, and he'll get slung down inside the 15-yard line. And that is an all-systems Mo first down on the run by Noah Flores. First down, MCC once again. Right up the middle is Flores. Just a handoff up the gut. Takes it for about 8 yards. First down and 10, MCC at the Viera 12. Again, we will have the Brevard Sports Network post-game show 1 hour after the end, approximately 1 hour after the end of Space Coast and Cocoa Beach. Myself, Logan Pettit, Alan Zolderzinski, and Kayla Brown will break down tonight's finals and look forward to Week 7. First down and 10, MCC at the Viera 12. Split backs again with Brogan McNabb. Play fake, McNabb. Pocket collapsing from behind. McNabb squeaks out, and he's going to tuck it and run down the sideline. Brogan McNabb down inside the 5-yard line. Did he get the first? I think he did. And it's going to be 1st and goal. MCC inside the Viera 2-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to give him the 1st and goal, and he's really hunting for that rushing touchdown. He's got, 2 passing touchdowns tonight? I think he wants the 3rd. But this time on the ground. That time stopped just short, but going to bring up a 1st and goal from about the 4-yard line.
He had one called back earlier.
Yeah.
Looking to get one. It is going to be 1st down and goal, MCC at the 1-yard line. 8 minutes to go in the football game. It's 31-0 MCC. On that far hash, trips near side, handoff. No, it's a keeper read option. And there is Brogan McNabb's rushing touchdown. His 3rd of the night. And it's a hat trick for Brogan McNabb to initiate the running clock here with 7:50 to go in this football game. And MCC continues to roll, and it's a 1-yard touchdown run to cap off the drive for Brogan McNabb after being stopped a yard short the play before. And the running clock will start for MCC a year after they lost by 46 to this same team. They are the ones initiating the running clock, leading by 37, soon to be 38. Extra point coming for Will Stewart. 4 for 4 on extra points tonight, plus a 42-yard field goal. And make him 5 for 5. As with 7 minutes and counting to go in this football game, MCC leads Viera 38-0. And again, MCC continues to roll here in this one, and no signs of slowing. Still really no diagnosable way for any team to stop MCC offensively. And McNabb gets his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, and this one's just going to keep on rolling, and I think this is the 2nd running clock that you and I have called here at MCC. And I mean, Viera, they've got something to work with. I mean, they just haven't capitalized on opportunities they've had tonight. But this MCC team's a different animal.
The fear I have with Viera, though, is there was such a strong 40-point win over a good Toho team a week ago, and it looks like the issues we talked about with not finishing drives and an issue we never talked about with the defense. I understand MCC is a very good football team, but, I mean, Viera's kind of going back to some of those old issues that they held. I mean, they held a very good Titusville team to the fourth quarter in a tie game, lost it in the fourth with a 21-point drop, but now in this one they were just never really in it.
No, I mean, from the opening drive, MCC just drove down the field and scored and never really looked back. And, we're talking about a defense that had 2 pick sixes last week against Toho, and the offense was rolling. I mean, put up as many points as you did, you'd hope you'd be able to carry over that momentum into this game as well, but just wasn't able to get it done. And, unfortunately for Viera, the score is what it is, and you got to get back into the film room on, probably tomorrow or Monday and, kind of figure out what went wrong here. What did we do right the week before, and what went wrong tonight, and how can we fix it and get back to that team that we put on the field the week before, because that team is still in there. They're still they've shown that they're capable of being that team. It's just how do you harness that and keep it moving?
As Viera takes the field, running clock has been initiated, 5 minutes and counting to go. Last drive of the game setting up for Viera, looking to erase the 0 on the scoreboard. First down and 10, Viera at their own 20-yard line after the touchback. 2 receivers either side. Quarterback drops. That is Blaylock to the outside. It is hauled in. Receiver still on his feet, spinning out of tackles, gets across the 30 for a Viera first down. Nice way to start the drive. Blaylock out to King Taylor Milbury. We are going to get a
timeout, I think.
We will get the fourth quarter water break here with 4.5 minutes to go in this game. We'd like to thank our next sponsor, Ellie Chan from Remax Solutions.
Yeah, if you're buying or selling a home, you want the best to help make sure you get every penny that you are entitled to. That's where Ellie Chan of Remax Solutions comes in. Ellie has been a Remax Solutions top producer for the past 5 years. So when you're in the market, you need to call or email Ellie, because Ellie Chan sells Brevard like no one else can. To reach Ellie, you can call her at 321-626-2016 or email her at elliechansalesbrevard@gmail.com. We'd also like to mention the Space Coast Card Show. Is that being held again, Jackson?
Coming up on October 13th at the Holiday Inn in Viera in the Conference Center.
9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the 13th of October. So if you're a card collector, buy, sell, trade cards, go check it out. It should be a nice little event.
It is going to be first down and 10. Viera at their own 34-yard line after a 14-yard gain on first down. Dropping back again, flushed out of the pocket is Blaylock. Blaylock lets one fly upfield. It is overthrown, incomplete. That'll bring up second down and 10 for Viera. Clock will not stop. Off the incompletion by Blaylock.
Yeah, at this point, the only time the clock's going to stop is if we get a timeout or if we get an injury on the field. Incompletions out of bounds aren't going to stop it at this point, and it's going to keep on ticking.
Got to talk about what a job's being done here by Coach Willie Tillman. I think he'll be in the running at the end of the year for Coach of the Year here for MCC, and taking a program that was already trending in the right direction and just fast-passing that entire process and zooming them ahead to, being better than I expected this year, and already being a top 10 team in 1A. Screen to the outside for Viera is caught for a gain of about 6 yards to bring up 3rd and 4. You got to remember, for MCC, 2 short years ago, this was a team at the bottom of the county. And last year they jump up, host a playoff game, win the district already, have a coach change in the midst of a rebuilding and surge in the program. And Coach Tillman coming in and just, again, expediting the process and shooting them along. Bringing in Noah Flores and Brogan McNabb and just building this team in 2 years to, from a low-end team in the county to one of the best. As Viera in a struggling situation, pass dropped on a wide-open receiver there. That was Kamari Ingram. That'll bring up 4th down and 4 for Viera at their own 40.
And that's definitely one Ingram wishes he hauled in. He more than likely would have picked up the first down there. I mean, he did a nice job rolling with his receiver on the roll, or rolling with his quarterback on the scramble drill there and coming back to the ball, but just kind of lost concentration and wasn't able to secure it. And it looks like Viera is going to punt.
So they're not going to try and get the 0 off the scoreboard, just kind of conceding here as Dane Boss back to punt once again tonight for the 4th time. 2:25 and counting to go. That's going to give MCC the ball back to kneel this one out and advance to 4-1. MCC or Viera will fall down to 500 at 3-3. Boss back to punt on 4th and 4 at their own 40. Flags are going to come in. That's going to be a delay of game. Going to make it 4th and 9 for Viera. Back to their own 35-yard line. There I was kind of considering a fake punt, but at this point in the game,
I don't think you can now. I think they might have been considering a fake punt as well. You didn't have enough players on the field, and they had to bring somebody on late, and that's what caused the delay of game.
Boss with the punt. That one's shorter.
It's another would-be block punt.
47. Ball continues to roll. That was not Flores back to return it that time. Rolls across the 30. Another good punt, though, by Boss. 1:25 and counting, and I would expect just one more play for MCC to go into victory formation. See, I mean, what a 180. A year ago, they lose by 46 at Viera. Now they host the Hawks, and are going to pick up a 38-0 shutout victory over Viera to advance to 4-1. A good 6A football team, and solidifying themselves clearly as a top 5 team in Brevard County.
Yeah, I certainly think so, and I don't even know if they really need to run a play. I think they can just knee this out. And looks like McNabb's going to be done for the night for the last minute of this game, and Caden Kelly's going to come. Yeah, they might want to see what they have with Caden Kelly, a quarterback, kind of an emergency break glass in case of emergency situation. So you do want to get him some reps.
40 seconds to go. Kelly in the shotgun, first down. It will be a keeper for Caden Kelly. Kelly breaks free into the second level. There goes Caden Kelly across the 45-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 18 yards. First down, MCC. Clock continues to roll. 25 seconds to go, and at this point, no need to run another play here from the Hive, as the MCC Hustlers absolutely make a statement here against Viera. It's going to be a shutout win for MCC over the Viera Hawks to advance to 4-1 as they beat Viera 38-0. What a game for MCC. Offense was clicking on all cylinders. Defense obviously pitches a shutout. Gets a red zone turnover. Logan, your final thoughts here from this one?
Yeah, we've seen this MCC team 3 times now, and in full clarity, I had them in the top 4 in my own personal rankings, and that only solidifies it for me. This is far and away one of the best teams in this county. I've seen them 3 times now. I've seen it with my own eyes. They're a well put together team, a well-rounded team, both offensively and defensively. When it comes to Viera, you have opportunities. You have things that you can capitalize on. You just got to be able to capitalize on those things. The offense did move relatively effectively for the vast majority of this game. You got to find a way to put it in the end zone. We're talking about a defense that had 2 defensive touchdowns last week against Toho. Couldn't find that opportunity. You did have a big turnover that stopped kind of the scoring momentum for MCC for a minute, but weren't able to capitalize on that. So you got to go back to the drawing board and do what you think you did against Toho and kind of ride that out the rest of the season. And if you can harness that, you've got a solid football team in Viera.
I don't care if it's 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, or 7A. MCC is a very good football team, and it showed that tonight with a huge win over the Viera Hawks, 38-0 in running clock fashion. Remember, keep it tuned to the Brevard Sports Network about an hour after the Cocoa Beach and Space Coast game wraps up, give or take, because Alan's got to drive all the way back down, I believe, from Space Coast. We'll go live for the Brevard Sports Network post-game show. Myself, Logan Pettit, Alan Zlotowski, and Caleb Brown to break down all the action and the final scores tonight with in-depth analysis. You don't want to miss it, but here from the Hive tonight, it was all MCC, 38-0 all over. Viera, I'd like to thank all our sponsors, Brooklyn Pizza and Pasta, Ellie Chan from Remax Solutions, as well as Natwick Insurance, Zone 6 Reapers, and All Systems Mo for the MCC Hustlers and for the Viera Hawks. For Logan Pettit, I'm Jackson Robb, and you have been watching the Brevard Sports Network Friday Night Lights Game of the Week, powered by Natwick Insurance and the Zone 6 Reapers. We'll see you soon for the post-game show live on the Brevard Sports Network. Final score, MCC 38, Viera 0.